The Falls Count Everywhere podcast would like to mention our friends at the following. We talk wrestling for the one stuff you need for the most intriguing stories and headlines and info on independent shows in multiple regions. We Talk Wrestling has you covered. Subscribe to Facebook's #1 interactive community for professional wrestling today. Pro Wrestling on Tuesdays are a blast with the Wrestle Talk podcast. Join the Night Owl, DJ Big Sexy, Luke Roberts, The Alpha, Jay Wade, Nightmare Jones, and many others as they bring you the hottest takes on the major circuits, showcase interviews with various indie stars, and the only place to get news on the most popular fantasy wrestling promotion, the FWWC. Catch them live every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Central. Find all of their media outlets on their website at WrestleTalkPodcast.com. Before each and every show, we like to remind our audience that freedom is never free, and all of us should be grateful to those who lay it all on the line. To all our first responders, military, and volunteers that help our nation every day, we love you and appreciate the sacrifices you make to protect all of us. Get ready for episode number 98 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast as we welcome members of the SICW roster into our featured discussion with their thoughts and insights on the Bruiser Brody, Larry Matysik, Tony Casta Memorial Battle Royal. This podcast is scheduled for one episode where Falls Count Everywhere. Man, we're getting even closer. Welcome back on a Sunday night, everybody. Good Lord. And apparently my soundboard's on vacation, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us here. It's episode number 98 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We're happy that everybody's joining us in here with us live as we're going to be talking about the Bruiser Brody, Larry Matysik, Tony Casta Memorial Battle Royal. That's coming up here in about a few short weeks. We're 20 short days away from that event. We've got a lot more going on in between that. Here on the Falls Count Everywhere podcast, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby here on the left and to the right of your screen. My sidekick, the one and only Gem City Mouse, Zmiz. Z.
What's good? What's good?
I couldn't read your shirt until just now, so you got the official Sid Holland shirt. I thought you were wearing like a Beavis and Butthead shirt for a minute. Remember the old logo?
Yeah, well, that's what it's supposed to be.
Oh, so is he Beavis or Butthead? That's how
I mean, that is to be determined. He's definitely one of them. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness! No,
I'll say it. I don't care. I love Sid, but unfortunately, bad turn of events at Illinois Elite Wrestling last night. So he no longer is champion.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Apparently, there's a lot of history last night. Let's go and get in that, and that's part of our opening topics here because we definitely want to get down to with IEW Granite City. We've had a few big turn of events, including you were mentioning with Sid, but now apparently there's a change of the guard in the tag team division too. If I'm understanding that right,
Sid Manson and Dean.
So the Asylum,
Asylum.
Okay.
Yes, the city of. Now you got me all messed up. City Life Asylum.
Oh, City Life Asylum. Okay. I knew there was something else besides that, but we just,
those guys.
I rely on there because you had the mic for quite a bit last night.
Yeah,
here.
The announcement was beautiful. Guido and I were on fire. It was beautiful. I'm actually looking back and like being a student in the game and stuff. I'm actually for the first time really excited to listen to myself. Like usually I'm like. I don't know if I put it all in. Like I didn't give it all. But last night, dude, the YouTube is going to be really cool when that show pops up on there. So,
okay, yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I haven't watched a lot of their stuff on YouTube recently. So, but of course, I was at the last show. So changing on the guard here. So I'm not familiar with it, but I guess you can spill the beans. So, who is the new IEW heavyweight champion?
Khalil Akbar. Now, he did have a lot of help from Mr. O'Shea and Sid Manson and Dean.
You know,
When,
wow. Okay, so I gotta say, uh, as a bystander trying to look in, Mr. O'Shea claims that he's done in the ring, but it looks like the man has done more inside the ring, not actually in a competitive match, than he's ever done in his entire career, for what it seems like, at least to me, anyway. He's a very hands-on commissioner in
yes.
IEW, and or hands in. I take that however you want, but that's but it seems that way. And then I was just kind of interested here too about that whole showdown between War and PT Beckham.
I can
Myself,
tell you right now, that was not. It was the hardest match so far of my career to call, as it was not a professional wrestling match. It was 100% a fight. Those two, have put years of bad blood behind them. It feels like they got it out in that ring. It was a fight. It was two guys that wanted, nothing more than to see the other one laying and not getting back up. And but at the end, they shook hands because they went to a 30-minute draw. So they shook hands. Bygones be bygones. I hope to see PT back. I'm a big fan of PT. I know he stirred some locker rooms up, and I just know there's a good dude in him. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. War, Chris Riot, hats off to you. Things have been restored, and I think we are going forward. And there's a healthy roster there. We're still working kinks out, and hopefully we can keep listening to the higher ups and what else be. And it was a great show.
yeah. Well, yeah. So, but I guess it kind of needed to end on that note. But yeah, you're not going to get a scientific match out of two guys that were talking trash for almost a year and just slugging it out. And I guess it was no holds barred. It's just something that
It
you
was a
don't.
lumberjack match.
Oh yeah, that's right, lumberjack. Okay.
Shaft was there from outside the ring as the special ref.
Yeah,
Man, it was brutal, but the right thing happened. So kudos, great show, boys. I'm glad it's in the bag.
there you go. There you go. Let's see. Do we have anybody here shouting out here? Well, God, do I got to do this again?
Yeah,
How
the
many weeks
Facebook
have I
user.
done this? I need to put stock into how many times I put this link up here.
It's nuts. It's
Because
okay. It's
I
okay.
would, I would have a comfortable second job by doing this all day long.
Isn't that for a lot of things in life?
Yeah.
A lot
So
of things.
chat.restream.io/FB, everybody. If you, I love all of our Facebook users that tune in. Of course, we're streaming live on YouTube. We're streaming live on Twitch. We're streaming live on Twitter. So all of our media platforms, we are streaming live, everybody. And make sure you make a point so we can see your name, so we know who is sending. I mean, even on my page, I think some people go through like We Talk Wrestling, or I haven't even created a page on my personal page, but yeah, let's see who you are. We want to see these Facebook users. So, but yeah, okay. So now that we got that line of business out of the way, um, real quick, I will say, um, yeah, ACW was in Melville, Missouri last night as well. No changing of the guards. Well, actually, no, I take that back. There were new tag team champions. The Lumberjacks regained the ACW tag titles again. Um, the gold standard was stripped for whatever reason. I don't know. I was in the back trying to uh, make my way comfortable, trying to find a way to get into my gear, but that's another story. Uh,
It's a potato.
yeah, take that however you want. At this point, I'm tired. I've had a long weekend. I don't care how you take things, but anyway, sideways, sunny side up. I don't care. Um, but yeah, so Lumberjacks again, tag team champions. On the other hand, I've got a little and
What? Really? You came off on a loss.
yeah, but here's the thing. I lost by whipping somebody into a ring post. And they said that I was trying to purposely use that as a foreign object.
Please.
It's part of the
What?
ring, people. It's part of the freaking ring. What do you want me to do? If someone's getting ready to whip me and I reverse my opponent and they take the post, okay? And it's not my fault. I'm not going to take the post, even if it means I get the win. I hate it.
That's stupid.
Oh, my.
What?
It's shenanigans. That's what I'm going to say. There's some shenanigans going on somewhere, and I don't know where it is, but the referee called the bell. And let's just say it's a new referee, and I don't know how to interpret it, but it's almost the way some people how they interpret some things in society here today, and it's kind of scary. Please, let's not. It's not the whole like NWA rule where back in the 80s and 70s where you got thrown over the top rope, you're disqualified. I mean, this is a little too.
That's kind of an interesting rule.
It's a little ridiculous. It's okay. So what? I got a W. I sold merch. I made good. I don't care either way. So I'm good. I am good. Plus. Yeah. What's up, Shannon? There you go. All right, guys. So, I mean, that's all I've had. I mean, that's our weekend so far, other than me being really busy. Nobody wants to know about that. I'm about ready to drop dead, but who cares? Let's move on. And just bear with me. Just we're gonna have an interesting night. Let's just say that with our guest that we have waiting in the wings here. We've got a short. I agree. But we'll see what comes down the pike down the road in our next SICW show. But speaking of shows upcoming, give us about 2 minutes. We got this video here for you, and we'll be right back. All right. Check out these great shows and appearances coming to a city near you. Saturday, April 29th, IWA Productions returns to Mount Vernon, Illinois with 3 huge matches. Don't miss Sid Holland defending his heavyweight championship against Dexter Roswell, plus more great action. Doors open at 6, bell time is at 7. Door pricing for front row tickets are $12. General admission is $7. Save $2 by getting them in advance at the Ringside Buffet Restaurant. Don't miss out on your chance to meet Rough Cut Rick Ruby and the Gem City Mouth Zmiz at the OzCon Gaming Convention on Saturday, April 29th between 1 and 5 p.m. down in West Plains, Missouri, presented by Heart of the Ozarks Wrestling League. Come by and say hi to your host of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Saturday, May 6th, Tri-State Wrestling presents Sliced Bread Slam at the Sliced Bread Convention Center in Chillicothe, Missouri. Main event is Luke Longley defending the TSW Championship against the Iceman. Doors open at 6, bell time is at 7. Only 100 tickets available for this event. Get your tickets now before you miss out. Saturday, May 6th, World League Wrestling presents the Door to Destiny Rumble at the Harley Race Arena in Troy, Missouri. Doors open at 6, bell time is at 7. Tickets starting at just $20. Visit HarleyRace.com for more information on how to get your tickets for this awesome event. Don't miss what's sure to be the biggest event in the Midwest for 2023 as SICW presents the Legends and Stars FanFest, St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame induction ceremony, and wrestling card on Saturday, May 13th. The all-day event starts at 10 a.m. with a chance to meet over 40 legends and stars, St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony tentatively at 6 p.m., and the wrestling card to follow afterwards, where the Larry Matysik, Bruiser Brody, and Tony Casta Memorial Battle Royal will take place. The main event is for the SICW Classic Championship, where Attila Khan will defend the title against the Big Texan in a Texas Death Rules match. Visit SICW.org to get your tickets for this once-in-a-lifetime event today. Remember, fans, without you, there is no wrestling. Make sure you visit these shows and support your local promotion today. All right, guys. Also, I wanted to bring this show up here real quick. This is for Saturday, May 20th. This is New Genesis Wrestling doing a Fight for Destiny. All proceeds for this show will go toward Destiny. She is actually having a battle with cancer right now. And we're just, she's been diagnosed with a brain tumor. It's at a stage 3 and it's inoperable. She has to go under aggressive chemotherapy. So it's a Fairfield Memorial Hospital is sponsoring this. So all ticket proceeds going to Destiny and her family to aid in this battle. So this is Saturday, May 20th. And I believe, is it Jeff, Illinois?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
That's how it's pronounced.
Yep.
I don't know how to pronounce G's or J's or whatever.
Yeah, that's how
Please
they.
don't ask me that today. But but it's at the Jeff Gray School, 201 Lafayette Street, Saturday, May 20th. All tickets are $10. And if you like to make an additional donation, I'm sure there will be a donation jar at the show if you want to donate more to help out the family and help Destiny out for this show. So just wanted to throw that out here for you guys. So please and thank you for considering that. So all right. Let's see. Oh my lord. Do I have to read this? I mean, Travis Cook does not have his hand in ACW. Trust me. We all know the look of Travis Cook, and I've seen him in the back. So I've seen people in the back, but no, he's not in ACW, guys. Oh my god. All right. Can we just move on, please? We're moving on. Okay. So we've actually got 2 guests lined up here for you guys. Our first guest here this evening is our defending Bruiser Brody Memorial Cup winner from in 2022, who's also in the wings. And our other guest here for us this evening, guys, is one of the smartest yet controversial managers to hit a SICW in within the recent year or so. But you can also hear his voice on the SICW All-Star Wrestling tapings as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Mr. Bobby D and Mr. Lucky P Larson Esquire, everybody.
Don't do it, all right? It would be a bad move.
Yeah, we got to do it. Sorry, guys.
How you guys doing tonight?
All right, Bobby D. Oh, and there's Lucky. Uh-oh. Lucky.
You had to put me on with him?
Not my
Wanted
choice.
to grace you with my presence.
Guys, we actually was supposed to have a third guest. Now, if you notice here, Bobby.
Glory Hound. He's just proving my point. He can go absolutely nowhere
You
with
like that,
little
Lucky?
piss pot behind him.
But Lucky, do you notice, though, he's a little lighter in the gold division?
I do, because I got a title match for your Canadian hero, and look what happened. Oh, and I can pretty much guarantee you in less than a month, he's not going to have to tote that around either.
Oh, I'll have to tote this round and my title again after May 13th when I win it back.
You want to put money on that, big boy?
I don't think I got that slimy lawyer money. I don't know if I can do the bets with you.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, slimy lawyer money. What?
You know, all I can say is the 99.7% of bad lawyers give the rest of us a bad name.
Right.
It's usually how it goes with most things.
Oh my gosh. So we're gonna recap off here real quick with Bobby as far as, but you know, this is an interesting point because Lucky, I believe, Lucky, you were present at last year's Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal, weren't you?
I was or was not?
Were you?
Yes.
But who
Have
was
you
the
spent
last
too much
guy
time at the buffet recently? The sugar's gone to your brain? Yes,
Oh.
I was there. I was managing Kowalski in that battle royal, and if Herb Simmons had not kicked me out of ringside, which makes no sense and is illegal because there are no disqualifications in a battle royal, and he kicked me out anyway, basically handing the cup to his hand spoon-fed favorite over here, Kowalski would have won it. But this year, I've hedged my bets because I've got Kowalski and I've got the big man, Big Joe Helms, and there's no way anybody is going to get past the two of them. And mind you, I also have the world's greatest tag team, the greatest tag team on God's green earth, the uncrowned champions, the LA Hustlers, who'll be in that ring as well, watching out for my two big men. So come on, you paint-faced freak.
Handed me the cup. Kowalski's a 500-pound monster. There was still quite a bit of work that needed to be done. It wasn't just handed to me. And he will go over that rope again, just like all the others that you listed.
Well,
You should feel important. I just declined a phone call to keep embracing you with my brilliance.
Okay, Bobby. Before you guys keep going at each other verbally, What kind of strategy do you have going into this, being that you have the cup already, and how you're going to keep it?
Well, my typical strategy for matches would be get people down on the ground and they're the same size as everybody else. That's how I dealt with Kowalski and all these other big men for so long. Being a battle royal, you got to modify that a little bit because if they're on the ground, it's hard to get them over the top rope.
Gee,
So
you think?
you kind of wear them down on the ground. You do what you need to. You wear them down and just look for those opportunities.
Good luck. Good luck picking up Kowalski. Good luck picking up Big Joe Helms. We're going to kick your head so hard, you're going to think you're in Waco, Texas by the time I'm done with you.
It won't be the first time I've thrown either of them.
I mean, I'm a big fan of Kowalski, but Bobby D has that scrappiness. He's that fighter. Like, big respects, my dude.
Good for him. That scrappiness didn't help him against Sean Vincent, and it's not going to help him against the combined forces of Kowalski and Big Joe Helms. He just barely survived last year, and that was just against Kowalski. Now, with Kowalski and the LA Hustlers and Big Joe Helms, you got no shot. None. Just hand over the trophy to me now. I'll divvy it up amongst everybody I manage, and you can walk out of the ring under your own power. What do you say?
I think there's a few people in that ring that don't like you or your guys just as much as I do, and I think we'll band together and do just fine.
But also, should I make a note of this last year, and I'm sure you probably touched on this here, Lucky, but Kowalski made the mental mistake of going to the second rope toward the end of that battle royal.
Yeah, because I was kicked out by Herb Simmons and was not there to give him my advice. He was smelling Bobby D, and, the stench off of Bobby D was affecting his brain, and he wasn't able to think clearly. Had I been there, I would have been able to give him the encouragement because, I never physically interfere in any match I'm at ringside for. I'm there for moral support, advice, and encouragement only.
Good Lord, thank God it's not lightning over here.
That's not true.
Are you calling me a liar?
Wouldn't want to get in no legal trouble. I can't use that word.
No, but so Lucky's got 4 dogs in the fight. So I guess
4 of us, 1 of you.
Right. So
I
was so
we're gonna
on the obvious
net.
What are we up to? 30 guys in that battle royal?
All the way to Boston, where I might add, the Celtics won, the Bruins won, the Red Sox won, the North always wins. I'm from Boston, the world's greatest city. We won the war. We're going to win the war in St. Louis, too.
Oh, my goodness. Well, so out of the 4 guys that you got here, who should I put you on the spot and who you've got your money in? Who do you have the most confidence in that's going to come out, maybe possibly the winner?
Well, I'd say it's either going to be Big Joe Helms, Kowalski, Lamont Potts, or Bradley Lamont. Those are my 4 picks.
Yeah, but
which one of the 4 is what we're asking?
One of the 4.
And that's like asking me to pick one of my children. But I will say this:
you always have a favorite.
Kowalski has the size. Big Joe Helms has the strength. Lamont Potts has got the squirrelness. And the notorious Bradley Diggs is a combination of it all. Who knows? Maybe I'll get in the ring and I'll win the damn thing.
Please come in the ring.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that's a big can of worms you're opening up there, my friend. You're going to have a lot of people gunning for you if you get in there because you're an easy target.
I can flip Wildfire out of the ring.
No one said she was in it.
All I can say is Kowalski and Big Joe Helms are both going to an all-you-can-eat Chinese food buffet before the Battle Royal. And they're going to be even heavier.
Dude.
It smell even worse.
Well, hey, it was you that affected Kowalski last year.
As big as a guy that I am, and I admit it and trust, I'm a firm of that on certain weeks when I wrestle on SICW All-Star Wrestling. Thank you very much. I cannot wrestle on. I cannot eat much on a wrestling day. I can't. It's too much on me.
Well, see, and that's affecting your strength, and that's sapping you of what you need. That energy when you're looking across the ring and you see Bobby D panting for breath, begging for mercy, but you don't have anything left because you didn't eat anything. That maybe that's why you're still just that much below the Dogtown Underground because you don't have my training regimen to help you out.
He might be on something here, Ruby. You're gonna be in this battle royale too. What kind of things going through your? No. You can't get out of this. You can't get out of this. No. What's going on in your head, brother?
Well, first off, I'm not going to eat 2 big plates of fried rice before I go in and fight a battle royal. That is just
I
too
didn't say anything
much
about fried
for me.
rice. You can eat egg foo young, mugu gai pan. You can eat lo mein. You can eat General Tso's chicken. There's plenty of stuff there you can eat.
You act like I don't know.
Oh, no. I've got eyes. Do you not listen to my commentary? Whenever Dr. Drew says you're in Wrestling Hall of Fame, I always say you're also in the Western Sizzling Hall of Fame.
Western Sizzling. Oh, wow. Oh, well, I mean, as far as Battle Royals is concerned, I mean, the only success I really had close was I was almost the first Central States champion, but Gary Jackson got me out.
Almost that. Almost
I know,
only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, but granted, that was a 2-ring Battle Royal. This is only 1 ring, and there's supposed to be 30 scheduled guys to be in this ring. I don't know if I can even go back and throw a punch without hitting somebody with an elbow in their eye.
And that
throw them out faster.
Why? And
I'm just saying that's going to throw off my game, because
if you've got sympathy for somebody else, then that's your problem. We will have
I'm
no
not
sympathy.
asking for sympathy. I'm just saying I don't know if I can really throw a punch.
Well, that's your
fault. At least you can't rear
isn't it?
back because I'm gonna hit somebody.
That's when you just bulldoze them. Just bulldoze them.
Hit Bobby D. Maybe you and I can we can talk. You can join forces with Kowalski and Big Joe Helms and the LA Hustlers and get rid of this face painted freak glory hound, and then we'll let the best man truly win.
Right. So if it's the last, and we're the last 5, I can almost guarantee you the Dogtown Undergrounds look at me as dog food because you're all going to eat me up. So
well, you know what? You would probably serve them enough food to last for a year or 2.
Oh my Lord!
And see, it's like this: how I can get more people to ally with me during the battle royal against those 4.
Oh, really? You think anybody in that ring is going to support you because they want you to win again? Yeah, right.
Ruby, how's it sounding to you right now with all this smack talk from him?
Well, I mean, the manager's got to talk up his clientele. He's got to talk up his guys because obviously, knowing on the manager's world, if you don't win, you're not going to be successful. You're not going to get the money. So
I am the epitome of success. I have led 33 challengers to the ring that have left as champions. 33 in the last 6.5 years.
But Bobby D already has the cup right now, and he's already asking Ruby to join him. Like, what are you going to do when the guys start, compiling against your guys? What are you going to do then when your boys don't have the numbers?
What are you talking about? 4 is more than 1 every time I look at it.
I mean, you're right.
Of
but
course I am.
Bobby D's a smooth talker. He's going to get in there and help.
Oh,
hey,
brother.
You got my back. He has friends in the locker room just like anyone else.
That assumes that anybody in that ring is going to be willing to help the guy that won last year, even though he won by cheating. He won last year. There's nobody in that ring that wants him to win this year. In fact, he's probably the biggest target in that ring. Everyone is going to be going for him. He's going to be the first one thrown out of the ring. He's going to be like Muhammad Hassan in the Royal Rumble, where everybody stopped fighting each other, teamed up to throw him out, and then went back to fighting everybody else.
I don't see that. I mean,
well,
outside of this for a moment, let's step away from the battle royale just for a second. So when are you going to get a shot for your boys on, Cowboy and Tony Atlas again?
It is very, very clear to anybody with even the brain cells of Bobby D that they pinned the illegal man, Rough Shot Lamont Potts, was pinned with a quick count and a hold of the tights, while the notorious Bradley Diggs was the legal man. So clearly, they should not have been given the titles, but it's a conspiracy against the LA Hustlers, the greatest tag team on God's green earth, because Herb Simmons and SICW know that we cannot lose a fair fight. We will not lose a fair fight. We won the tag titles from the Big Goof and the Derailed Train in our first title match ever. So the very first time we get those two Hall of Famers in the ring again, this time the belts are coming home with the rightful champions. If they'd stop running from us.
Oh man, no. They get to choose their time.
We were in Bellevue, the godforsaken hellhole of this guy's hometown, just a few weeks ago, and we had to beat up and pin Curtis Wilde and Jason Breed in the middle of the ring without breaking a sweat. Why? Because Tony Atlas and Cowboy Bob Orton were afraid to show up.
I don't think those two are afraid of anybody.
Were they there? No.
Just because they weren't there doesn't mean they're scared. Just
if
means
they weren't scared, they would have shown up.
Yeah. Well, apparently, Mr. Simmons is saying that Lucky sounds like sour grapes when it goes to the...
Herb Simmons can take those sour grapes and stick them where the sun don't shine. Because when one of my men win the Battle Royal in a few weeks, then he's going to have to acknowledge the greatest mind in professional wrestling, the greatest faction in professional wrestling, and one of the greatest wrestlers in professional wrestling. One of the members of the Dogtown Underground, and I promise you, it isn't that guy.
Well, yeah, that's because I'm not part of the Dogtown Underground. He will acknowledge
we wouldn't have you.
He'll acknowledge me when I'm the first back-to-back champion.
Don't make me throw up.
I mean, that's a huge feat, man. That's something to be proud of. Like, let's say that spectacle does get to happen, Bobby D, and you get to hold it above there again. What's going to be in your mind? What celebration? What victorious,
Victorious? Good.
Yes.
Good word. Victorious.
I mean, I'm trying. You sit there and just keep a hush for a minute, please. Please. Bobby D, how will you feel when that happens, man?
It'll have to be tenfold of what it felt last time. Having Barbara Goodish present the trophy is like a one-of-a-kind feeling. Like, it just fills you knowing that you're that close to something that Bruiser Brody was a part of. And then being that the first promoter I ever worked for was Tony Casta, being that Larry Matysik, I got to train and pick his brain for years and years, and what a great man he was. Like, it will be a majorly overwhelming experience.
Too bad you didn't learn anything. And then you can wake up. I can, just like he can win the Battle Royal for the second straight year, I'll bring Christy Brinkley with me as my date.
Wow.
They
That
both
I'd like to
have
see.
the same likelihood of happening.
So
Yeah.
you got her, her tickets already scheduled for there then?
Well,
Maybe I'll have Missy Hyatt come and slap you in the face.
I'll accept that too.
I bet you would.
well, with the mystique of this, like what Bobby just pointed out, there has never been a repeat winner, at least to my recollection, of this cup.
And there won't be this year either. Maybe Big Joe Helms or Kowalski will win it this year and next year. So maybe you'll have that.
All right. Well, hey, we want to Tyler Cooley is in here watching. Says sorry. Oh, okay. Oh, well, Tyler's here watching in. Elliot's here. So great to see everybody in. Go and share the show once again. That's Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, all of our outlets, guys. Make sure you're in sharing the show. We want to make sure we get everybody in. And if you got any questions,
to Lucky P. Larson Esquire page on Facebook, you would have seen this promoted, advertised, as you see everywhere that I am and all the champions I manage.
well, hopefully we get more than. I hope all your followers outdo our followers and kind of combine them in. So that's what I'm hoping for. I don't care. I just want the numbers, man. That's all I care about. I just want the numbers.
The Legion of Lucky is the smartest fan group in wrestling.
Tyler's already calling you a goof because he already follows you, but he probably used our page to log in.
Hey, I got news for you. At the last Bellevue show, that young man was wearing a T-shirt that said the LA Hustlers broke Curtis Wild's leg. He has fashion sense.
Oh boy, I think he's going to retort with a different answer with that. I don't think I remember that.
Oh, he absolutely did. There are pictures he put up himself.
Well,
have another beer there, Bobby. Keep in training. Have another beer.
Well, yeah. What are you drinking, Bobby? Is that the Yingling or are we?
No, I can never find that when I go over into Missouri, but I do got some
Probably
banquet.
drinking Bud Light.
No, it's that Johnny Lawrence banquet.
Nice.
I hear
Yeah,
he's been
I
drinking
I
Bud
can't
Light
quite
for
flick the
years.
caps right though.
We actually have Yingling down here in Quincy now. Up here in Quincy,
Nice.
it's slowly making its way down. I remember going to Iowa to get that beer.
I've been to Indiana and Louisiana for it.
See, if you were smart, you'd drink something from Boston, like Sam Adams, while listening to someone from Boston, like the Cars or Aerosmith or Boston, eating some chowder. You know,
So I can't disagree with you that the music is great. I'll agree with you on the music.
I'm down some
I
chow.
do like I do like the band Boston. So yes, that I will agree with.
it's the greatest city in the world. It has everything.
Oh, it has got Cheers. I love Cheers.
It does have Cheers. The Bullfinch Pub, which is the bar after which Cheers was named.
There you go.
I remember my mom
Just
watching
remember,
that show. I don't remember much of it.
Always be
You know
sincere.
what? Wait, I want to nerd out. I love
Don't be-
Cheers.
I saw
Cheers
an
was like-
episode here or there. With my
Cheers
mom.
was like the greatest show of all time.
Of course. It's in the greatest city. Did you hear me, though? Always be sincere, even if you don't mean it.
Okay. Yeah, that's life lessons right there.
Yeah.
If
And
your parents don't have any children, the odds are you won't either.
jeez. So, Tyler, go ahead and ask your question in the chat because I know you said that you got a question for Lucky, and then we'll post it here. But getting back to Yingling, dude, there's like about 3 or 4 stores around me remotely within 3 miles that has it. So
I've
I
only
know
checked
it's
gas stations out in Missouri, but I haven't gone to any like actual grocery stores. That's where I hear the gas stations sell out of it. They tell me as soon as like within a day of getting it.
Oh, it's
Bobby
such good
Bobby
beer.
D gets his food from gas stations. He's never been to a grocery store.
Oh
Sleeps
my-
in his car, pees in the cup, drinks out of the cup, unless he's drinking Yingling, which he gets at the convenience store.
Hey, when you're constantly on the road training and
You
stuff,
want
you gotta do what you gotta do.
This is the man you want representing you. Bruiser Brody would roll over in his grave if he knew this was happening.
I
yeah.
think that man lived out of his car and going town to town more than any of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know. They're kind of similar. Like
No, they're not. Bruiser Brody was one of the toughest men to ever walk this planet.
I have seen Bobby D beat some dudes up. Like I've watched this man hit some guys. Like he ain't afraid of getting hit and throwing hits. So like
So he's stupid. Okay.
that's not being stupid. That's a warrior right there.
Okay. So you're going to tell me if you're going to get into a fist fight with Haku, that means you're smart? No. It means you got more guts than brains.
I got
Sometimes
plenty
that's
of
what it
guts.
takes to win a cup again.
The only cup Bobby D is going to need to worry about is the one in his jock strap when we're done with him.
So, you're going to Rochambeau the guy to get the guy over the rope? I mean, what?
If that's what need be, there are no disqualifications in a battle royal.
But again, if the opponent's on the ground, it's pretty hard to get them over the top.
Who's
You gotta be a little
over the
smarter than
ground? They kick you in the Bobby D's. When you're standing up, you're going to be bent over. Then the 4 of them pick you up. One guy grabs an arm, one guy grabs a leg, one guy grabs the other arm, the other guy grabs the other leg, and heave-ho over the top rope. They'll throw you into the crowd, maybe onto that woman with the rubber chicken, and that'll be that.
I'm willing to bet all 4 don't make it to the final.
But wouldn't that be a wonderful sight if it was? The final 4 of the Bruiser Brody Memorial Battle Royal are the LA Hustlers, Big Joe Helms, and Kowalski. No matter what happens, I win.
I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen just for you, Lucky.
Yeah. Good luck.
I gotta say, I have my money kind of on Bobby D getting a W a second. I know Ruby's in it, and I love my guy. Huh?
You want to pay me now?
I'm not paying you anything.
Well, you're the one who's stupid enough to put your money down on this guy.
Of course, we're gonna ride on the horse that already has the cup. How can you be mad at me?
Yeah, and you know what happens to horses when they get hurt? They get taken out in the back and shot.
He looks fine. He's been fine. Have you been watching the
the
shows?
last match I saw, he got pinned 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring and lost 1/2 of his gold. Now he's going to lose the other half.
Slight hiccup.
Uh-huh.
He can recover. Look,
Yeah.
Sean Vincent didn't even want to show up because Bobby D was here.
No, Sean Vincent
got out of there with a chance. And now he can't even show his face around him. He can't even show his face.
He won the championship. He was scheduled to be here and agreed to grace your show with his presence before he won the Central States title, which he's considering renaming the Toronto title, by the way. But regardless of that, he is now on a whirlwind worldwide tour, signing autographs, promoting the belt all throughout Canada. So your show didn't merit consideration.
Sean Vincent is constantly posting the video of where I am dealing with his distraction of Terrence and Phillip out there, and then he does his little cheap whatever, holds the rope, gets the pin. And then every time I respond to it, where's the rest of that video where he was pinned for 10 seconds before that? He never has any kind of response. He just goes radio silent every time.
Hey, I happen to see it. I happen to know he was not even trying to kick out. He was saving his energy. He could have kicked out at the half of a 1 count, but there was no ref, so there was no need to expend the energy. It's all brains. And then when it came time for the pin, you couldn't kick out at 3, and there you go.
Well, his eyes rolled in the back of his head, say otherwise.
Well, his eyes rolling back of the head, carrying the Central States title is all that matters.
Till May 13th.
When we win the Battle Royal.
When I win the Battle Royal and get my title back from Sean Vincent.
Not a chance in blue hell.
I'm with you, Bobby D. I'm with you.
Good. You can be a loser too.
It's fine. It's fine.
By the way, that's a horrible name for a championship. By the way,
the Toronto.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
The Toronto title.
Hey, I said that's under consideration. It's also under consideration to call it the Winnipeg Cup. It's under consideration to call it the Canadian Hero. It's under consideration to call it Ottawa Forever. There are all sorts of things under consideration.
Well, why don't you call it the Calgary Cowhide Strap or something? I don't know. I mean,
maybe they'll call it the Grey Cup.
Why does it matter? Sean is cleaning the car. Wow. No, but from what I heard, the message I got is, I mean, this was like earlier today. So apparently, I've been led to believe that he was going to be here. Then he leaves me a message saying that he's got too many things to do at the Maple Leaf Ranch, so he's not going to waste his time today.
Yeah,
here
and where do you find the Maple Leafs? In Toronto. Exactly what I said. He's out there displaying the new Canadian States Championship. And who got him that title match? Yours truly.
And it's province, by the way. It's not a state. So
yeah, okay, smarty pants. How many states are there in the United States? Come on. What's the answer?
There's 50 states.
Wrong. There are 46. Massachusetts, Kentucky, Virginia, and Pennsylvania are commonwealths. Next.
Well, then why do you? Okay, no, I'm not going to get into politics with this, man. That's just too crazy.
Has nothing to do with politics. It's simple facts. What's the only country in the world other than the United States whose capital city is named after the United States president?
That's true, and it's not even a state. So
what's the answer? You don't know that one either,
George
do you?
Washington?
Did you even understand the question? I said, what is the only country in the world whose capital city is named after a U.S. president other than the United States of America?
Capitals. Oh, my gosh. Man, I seriously have to think about that because...
And whoever's calling me dumb, I guarantee you I can stump you with every one of these questions, and you don't know any of them. The answer is Monrovia in Africa. The capital city is Monrovia. The country is Liberia.
After James Monroe?
Yep. Look it up.
Yeah, you stumped me there. I'm sorry, and I know sometimes it don't take much, but especially today, it won't take much. So
I've seen you play Wheel of Fortune. You can get questions usually right.
Sounds like it could be a good trivia night.
Okay, fine.
But where's
Wheel
your
of Fortune. Here's a simple question in the English language. What's the only word in the English language with 3 sets of double letters in a row?
Oh, 3 sets of double letters in a row?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I lose.
Well, this other guy over here is trying to look it up on Google. That's why I jumped off. So before he can come back on with the answer is bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper?
Bookkeeper.
I was never a trivia guy, so.
Oh, who names their city bookkeeper? Oh my gosh.
Who said anything about a city? I said, what's the only word in the English language? My goodness. Take the cheesecake out of your ear.
I'm sorry.
I'm looking smarter every minute out here, right?
It's a good thing we run a wrestling talk show, not a trivia show.
Yeah, your chances of getting these questions right are about the same chances of this guy winning the Battle Royal again.
Well, I bet you if you ask him again, he can get them right. So that chances are pretty good.
I'm not so sure he could.
I'm struggling here, to be honest. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk about this Battle Royal. I know it's something that it started out as Bruiser Brody, but now with passing of dear and close personal friends of this industry, Larry Matysik was added to this. Tony Casta was added to this. So I mean, it really means a lot with this cup. And of course, Barbara Goodish will be in attendance on the show on May 13th.
And we will be very gracious in accepting the trophy.
So she's going to hand it to you, even though you guys did all the work?
Yep. I'll let them hold on to it occasionally, too, for photo ops. But, honoring those 3 gentlemen, it'll be a huge pleasure, leaving that trophy in my office for the next year. We won't tout it around and show everybody every opportunity like this glory hound has done for the last year. He thinks he's in the Brady Bunch in one of these boxes looking around at everybody.
I believe in sharing the recognition of those 3 men every chance I get.
No, you just like the glory.
But just think about it. I mean, I know there's some companies that actually still have like a Battle Royal champion, and it's almost guaranteed that, I mean, it's very rare that someone defends the title successfully in that. So, I mean, granted, I've got a lot going on. I've got my mind and I've got my focus set on this Battle Royal in 20 days. And I know, I mean, everybody's going to make their plea. Everybody's going to say, well, I've got all these guys, and there's really going to be no alliances. There's not really going to be any friends, because you get to hold on to that cup for an entire year. You get to
that's
walk
where you're
around
wrong.
with that.
That's where you're wrong, and that's where I have the advantage, because Kowalski, Big Joe Helms, Rough Shot Lamont Potts, and the Notorious Bradley Diggs are going in there as one unit. It may be every man for himself, but not until they're the last 4 standing.
Okay, so when Rough Shot gets eliminated, then the other 3 are going to go over the top 2. So is that what you mean?
Where do you get that?
I mean, they're
logic?
one unit, right? So you might as well just, kind of like, come one, come all. One gets eliminated, all for one, one for all.
No,
gets
he'll just,
I like your theory, Rudy.
Get out of there.
No, he will be offering encouragement to the other 3 like I do.
And try to interfere like you did last year. Okay, gotcha.
You didn't even remember I was there last year.
It's just always a good chance that that's what happened when you're around.
I have never interfered in a single match. I am there to offer encouragement and advice and enthusiasm to my talented men and women that I manage.
Oh, you got.
You do a good job, so I'll give you that. Like, you're convincing. You're convincing.
He's got to show enthusiasm to the law offices. He's got to do to cover his butt every time he has to get himself in trouble. He's an
No.
Esquire and he can't even get himself out of trouble. So
The only problem I have is coming out of my shell a little bit and not being so shy.
Wait, you shy? What? Get out of here.
Nah, I don't think so. I don't think coming out of your shell. That's another.
If this is in the shell, I don't want to see out.
Yeah, he told that on Maury, and that was determined that was a lie. So
I've never had a cup of coffee in my life.
My Lord, it's getting awfully deep in here. So let's kind of talk about it's because I'm trying to figure of all the matches here. We're going to talk about the main event here in a little bit here, but we've got, I don't know. I mean, are the LA Hustlers basically going to be focusing on this battle royal along with your other two guys? I mean, is that the only focus you got for this upcoming show here, Lucky?
It is my belief, and I'm not at liberty to disclose at the moment, but it is my belief that the Dogtown Underground will have another match on this card.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, you have actually upset Herb Simmons here, kind of, because this man's censoring his own words here. He's trying to say, you must be spewing something that's gotten underneath his skin. He's never said that in our show, much less typed that on our show.
Oh, blah, blah, blah. What's Herbie saying now?
He's saying that you're full of do caca. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, when we control everything, when we control the Battle Royal Cup, the Tag Team Championship, and then after Attila wipes the floor with the big goof, and he eventually hands the belt to either Kowalski or Big Joe Helms and rides off into the sunset, and Sean Vincent rewards my getting him a title shot with giving the other one a shot, and we have that too, and we have all the titles, all the gold, then Herb Simmons can come and kiss my feet.
What are you on? I want some of this.
I'm on a couch. What does it look like?
Seems like you're on some drugs or something there. That's a big fantasy.
Never taken a drug in my life.
Dude.
I have confidence.
First of all, Attila's not losing or not winning the title. And even if he did, there's not a chance in hell that monster would give it up.
You're right. You're right. Attila is not winning the
He's
title.
He's
Attila
not
is
defending
keeping
the
the
title.
That's not what you said. I'm a lawyer. I listen to words there, big boy.
I redacted.
Well, here's
and see, I told you I was not at liberty to disclose it, but there it is, disclosed.
Yeah. Okay. So actually, the Hustlers and Joe Helms against, let's see, the Night Train, Gary Jackson, Curtis Wilde, and Jason Breed. So your men are going to be working some extra duties here on top of the Battle Royal. They're lucky, so you
They're
better
going to
hope
get
you
worn
guys
down pretty good.
That's going to be very difficult. I told you a few weeks ago in this ham hocks godforsaken hellhole of a hometown, the LA Hustlers wiped the mat with Curtis Wilde and Jason Breed, and when they won the tag titles, they beat the Derailed Train. So, yeah. No sweat. Taking on the three of them at once. No worries. It'll be a warm-up for the Battle Royal.
Okay, so Bobby D, pulling away from the Battle Royal for you, you have a rematch shot for the Central States title. Is there any thing you want to add to it, a stipulation or anything? Are you trying to do a little different?
There's already a great stipulation in place, and that is that Terrence and Phillip are not allowed at ringside.
Coward. You're a coward.
Only the men involved in the match are going to be in the match. I don't see how that's a coward thing. So Sean Vince is going to learn.
Because you're preventing him from having his encouraging fans and his mentees learning from him. You're afraid of them.
Sean Vince is going to learn real quick. It is hard enough to win the title. It is even harder to defend it. And he's not going to be successful at that when I bring it back home with me. That's all I need to say. I'm going in there with a vengeance. I'm pissed off at the ending of the last match. Can't sit there and dwell in it. I'm moving on. I'm getting it back.
You can't sit there and dwell on it, yet you're pissed about it.
I'm
Okay. You
Yes,
just
I'm
they
moving
keep-
on to the next
Yes.
set.
Yeah, he has to keep that flowing. So when he goes into the rematch, he has that still. He's still bitter about that loss. Come on.
It's like I always tell my
You
wrestlers,
lose, you
loss is
move on.
okay if you can
You
learn from
lost.
it, improve, and make it better for next time.
You lost. You weren't the better man. You suck. He beat you. Move on. Accept it. Get to the back of the line. When you lose this time, what's your excuse going to be then? Since the intern and the winner, Glenn Williams, are not going to be at ringside. When you lose this time, what's your excuse going to be?
There won't need to be an excuse when I win.
Uh-huh.
When my hand is held high with that title back on my
Yeah.
waist, I don't need an excuse. It'll speak for itself.
Not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Yeah. I just now someone mentioned here about just have a no disqualification match. Well, that's kind of not good because if you do a no disqualification and you've got two guys that want to get involved in a match that's Sean Vincent that should be in by himself, that's not really a smart thing to do because obviously having them at ringside where there was no stipulation. And I saw the footage. I mean, that was slick. I mean, it was slick what he did. He pulled it off. I mean, it was just bad timing on Bobby's part that it happened and bad placement and where the ref's position was when he counted the three. So
it was strategy. It worked for the Honky Tonk Man and Ricky Steamboat. It worked for Sean Vincent and the paint face goof over here.
I will fully admit he skirted the rules and won the title. But as I said, a loss is okay if you can learn from it and don't make those mistakes again and use it to improve and get better. And I'm going to take my title back.
No, you're not.
Well, I almost got to concur with. I mean, Bobby does have quite a bit of advantage. I mean, look, you give this guy a lot of flack, but this guy was on a roll for most of 2022, going into 2023.
Whoop-de-doo. If Sean Vincent gets disqualified, he keeps his title. If Sean Vincent gets counted out, he keeps his title. If Sean Vincent wins, he keeps his title. There are so many ways for him to keep his title.
Wait,
right?
if he wins, he keeps the
he's on a
title?
winning streak against Bobby D. 1 in a row.
Did you say if he wins, he gets to keep his title? Is that how that works?
Yes. He can lose by disqualification, he keeps his title. He can lose by countout, he keeps his title. Or he can win and he keeps his title.
That's the point of the game.
But then that's almost like, are you trying to do? It's almost like kind of a plot of how you want to end the match. Then now Sean Vincent's like, oh well, maybe now I really don't have to pin him. Well, honestly, the champion doesn't have to pin the guy.
That's right. It's champion's advantage.
Champion's advantage,
That's
right?
why you're saying it's so much harder to keep the title. No, it's not. To win the title, you got to pin your opponent or make him submit. In this match, Sean Vincent has to do neither.
We've seen it on the big stage too get done, and even on the smaller stage. But one of the great disqualifications of wrestling for me is when Randy Orton smacked the ref right there in front of John Cena. So Lucky's not wrong, but Bobby's not going to let it come to that. That's the point. Bobby's see, he's going to finish him before Sean gets some squirrely idea of his little tail.
But
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you bring up the champion's advantage and what things have done, but to be honest, have you seen Bobby even take any of those shortcuts though?
That's because he's not smart enough to do it.
That's because I don't
have
need
to do it though.
Oh, please.
But honestly, I mean, if you watch
All's fair in
this
love and
guy's
war.
matches,
Okay,
you don't
okay.
have to.
Okay, let's
it's either pinfall or submission.
I try to watch his matches, but I usually fall asleep halfway through them.
Well, you're going to want to watch this one. You're going to see that little twerp fly all over that ring.
And you know what?
Who, you?
And you know what, though? He's never stuck with one certain finisher, too. Right? He's got a whole arsenal of finishers. So you don't know what he's got in store for Sean Vincent. I mean, Sean's going to have to play it. He's got to play it smart.
That's because he's never learned one move well enough to stick with it.
What I have learned is Sean Vincent's moves. I've been watching him since he was just a referee back in GCW. I've watched that man come through the ranks.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Uh-oh. What did Lucky do? That was not cool.
I don't know. He's like waving his hand and everything came back. Anyway, he is a very talented wrestler. I take nothing away from Sean Vincent, but I have been studying that man for years. I know what he can do. He doesn't know everything I can do. And I'm going to.
You can't kick anybody in the stomach like he can. He's got the strongest kick of anybody I've seen. Oh, bye again.
What's going on here? Z, what's going on over there, man? I don't know.
I crush your head. Crush.
Signal issue, I think.
I think there's some shenanigans going on.
Yeah. The board's all.
Wow. So.
Spit it out there, rough cut.
You, Lucky. I don't know what to think about you at times, dude. I really don't.
Just say thank you and move on.
Well, I mean, he's back, so what I'm trying to tell you here, though, is you're saying this guy he hasn't learned his finishers. You're talking to a freaking wrestling coach. You're telling him that he hasn't mastered finishers?
No, but there's a huge difference between amateur wrestling and professional wrestling. You body slam somebody on an amateur mat, you're going to get immediately disqualified. You headbutt somebody.
Well, I don't know where he went, but that's actually false. If you body slam somebody, you would not get disqualified. Now, if you spiked them, you would get disqualified, but body slam would not be disqualified. That's more like a hip toss maneuver, which is fully legal.
Well, see, you're trying to overpower the wrestling coach here, and he's telling you for a fact. So, and you learn all your basics of wrestling from amateur wrestling, and that's what gets you started. With tie-ups, with arm
Lucky's
bars.
Out of he can't hear, or
Lucky, please say something. I don't know if I've ever heard that, but
don't say that.
Lucky, can you hear? Say something so then we know we can hear you. We want to give you an advantage. Lucky, can you hear us?
Did you pay your internet bill? No internet bill.
Let's see. Let me try. If you can't hear us, I'm going to kick you out, and then you try to sign back in. I don't know if my airport signals are not good, so I don't know.
Maybe we all just got lucky.
Oh no, no one wants.
We got bamboozled.
Yeah.
No, we all got lucky.
Bamboozled.
But see, wait a minute. He's gone now. Maybe what he was trying to do to your feed is fixed now, because you're coming through clear as a whistle now. You look great.
Well, I mean, I hate to. Oh no, I think he's coming back here. Let's see. Try this again. Turn your Lucky. Let me see. Let me try and get him on here. Lucky, can you hear us now?
Lucky, are you lucky?
Hello.
I think that is a no.
Lucky.
That's how you're gonna go out.
Look, can you talk? You can't talk. I don't know. I'm okay. I think he's playing with us, man. I really think so. Let's move on.
I mean, he's talking right there, and nothing's coming through.
Yeah.
It's like, thank goodness.
I think the ratings are going to go up now.
Oh, he's so mad. He's so mad.
I don't know. Because, I mean, I would try to help him out, probably just kicking him out of the room and see about trying to get, or
I already booted him once. I mean, you want to boot him? Go ahead. Boot him again.
I don't know. Oh my goodness. What in the world, Lucky?
What? I don't want to see your decor.
Should we here let's turn this off
nice
for a minute. Well, okay. I don't want to take a look at the luxury of the Motel 6 he's in, so
That might have been a Holiday Inn.
Oh my goodness. That's a Holiday Inn. Poor Lucky. We're having trouble with like. See, that's what happens when you try to mess with someone's feed, and then you end up messing up your own feed. But oh my goodness. Let's see.
That's called karma.
All right. Well, let's see if we can get him back on here. Lucky, can you hear us again? Oh, okay. Well, this is an interesting game we're playing here. I mean, oh my goodness. Well, oh, here we go again. This is like
Now I can hear you. The only way you can get a word in is to mute me. You try to mute me, and then you try to get rid of me, and then Herb Simmons says, "Thank goodness." Oh my gosh.
Maybe stay at a higher class hotel.
Oh my God.
Hey,
Just saying.
I am right now in a suite and in a casino somewhere.
The smudge marks on the toilet seat said differently.
I don't think so.
Wow. I don't know how to come on with that one. I really don't. I really don't.
Here, let's just see the view, shall we?
Oh God, he's got to fluff his chest.
Please have pants on.
Let's see. How do I flip this camera around here?
Come on, you got
that. Turns it off.
Back to your face.
Okay.
That's not the view we're looking for.
We saw curtains. Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Oh, there's a hand.
Was a semi decent. That's a nice parking lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Wow. No mountains, no nothing, like just a parking lot.
That's because I'm, as I said, at a casino suite.
At a higher plane than the Jeffersons.
Damn right. Yet I decided to pull myself away to grace you guys with my presence.
Have you lost much money?
He was losing it at the craps table. You know.
Not the
Give a
point.
crap, take a crap. You know.
Not the point. I was only here in the sports betting office to put all my money on Big Joe Helms and Kowalski to win the Battle Royal.
Why would you want to lose all your money?
Mm-hmm.
What was that a bet I missed on DraftKings? Because I didn't see that at all.
Well, then you didn't look very well, did you?
I don't think they were at the top. I think Bobby D to retain it or Ruby to come in and sweep it for false count everywhere is what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. You're just living a pipe dream for your guys.
Uh-huh. Sure. Okay. Whatever you say. How many championships have you won?
I mean, WWE 2K says differently. Like I got some titles. Let's say.
Oh my goodness!
I just slap my guns like you do. So now you're just seeing the younger version. How you doing?
What?
Now you think you're Enzo.
I mean, I can't wait to shake hands with him. That's for sure.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those legends there. You know, coming to
I don't think
honor.
there's a single legend there that I've not already met more than once.
Oh well.
So whose hotel room are you paying for that night? Which of the legends? Which one's
Missy
you going
Hyatt.
to
Missy Hyatt. Missy Hyatt.
What? Is she on the list?
No, I didn't say it'll be that weekend.
Oh. I'm not going there. Oh. So you're sitting at a casino. What's your favorite casino game to play? Because I've got a few that I haven't been in many years, but what's your go-to in a casino?
Well, I like several things. I like blackjack. I like a little bit of roulette. Then there are certain slots that I like to play.
Penny slots?
No.
Just to kill time?
He's a nickel guy.
No.
Oh, look at this. Look at this, the liar table.
Yeah, that would be the poker game. That's where my good friend that's where my good friend Travis Cook and I used to hang out before he got railroaded out of town.
That's one thing you've said that I actually believe.
Everything I say is the truth. I've never told a lie a day in my life.
So more
you
than
such
one
your
day.
poker hands, but But of course, you can't tell anybody what you have in your poker hand, because then
Of course I can. It's called bluffing.
bluffing is not telling the truth, though.
But you don't know, do you?
Okay, so this is
the truth.
This is one thing I can agree with him, man. Like bluffing, like you got to push the envelope to get the W sometime. It doesn't matter. Like I will agree with you, Lucky. There, I will oblige you with that one, sir.
Yeah, but everything he said about the Battle Royal is a bluff tonight. None of that's going to come through.
Only if I'm wrong, and I've never been wrong a day in my life. I thought I made a mistake once, but I didn't.
So let's talk about this, Bobby. Out of all the guys that you see, who do you consider to be a potential threat of maybe to make sure that you're who's really going to gun for you, and who do you think is going to be kind of a threat to you to maybe you possibly don't win this thing?
So I'll start with, I'm very excited. There's a ton of guys throwing their name in the hat for that Battle Royal, and we got a lot of guys coming in. It's going to be great competition. But I'm an SICW guy, so I got to pick an SICW guy for this question. And I'm going to give it to Lucky here. Kowalski is a freaking monster. He has been a thorn in my side for the past year, and he hasn't done that by just going out there and laying down. He is a freaking giant. He's strong. He's got the size. He's hard to get over the top rope. He is definitely going to be some of the toughest competition in that Battle Royal.
So
I mean, there's no lie there. The detector went nowhere. Like 100% correct. Kowalski's a monster.
And so is Big Joe Helms.
And yours truly.
The Ruffkus won himself.
You're a pretty big guy.
All I'm going to say is if one member of the Dogtown Underground doesn't win it, my money is on Boomerang.
Come on.
No, think about it. Boomerang, because if you throw him out of the ring, he'll just spin around and come right back.
I mean, he does have a point there.
Of course I do.
That's how it works.
I kind of like to see that.
I would die if that even happened, but we know it's not happening. That's a sure bet. I'll take the Vegas, even if it's paid if it is paid 1.15 to 1. I'll still take the bet. that Boomerang will not win. I'll make my 15 cents. Who cares? It's something that I can brag. I won.
Hey, one of these days in one of these battle royals, some underdog is going to win. Glenn Williams didn't have the best winning record. Now he's the winner. Maybe he'll win. Maybe the intern will win. You never know. Maybe Waco will win. You never know. Maybe Cannonball, what's-his-face will win. Who knows?
What about this? There you go. Actually, one of our legends is actually going to be in that battle royal with Bushwhacker Luke.
Well, he does have some great experience in battle royals. I will give him that. He lasted 3 seconds?
Yeah, that was fantastic.
That was one of the best moments in Royal Rumble history. He bushwhacks in, he bushwhacks right through the ring, and he bushwhacks right out when Tugboat threw him out of the ring.
This is a different day. This is a different day.
Yes. Yeah, this would be May 13th, 2023. That would be different than the Battle Royal he was in before.
Yeah. Bushwhacker Luke has a chance.
Well, everybody's got a chance. But
see, the Boomerang has a chance.
He got you there.
I would love to walk up with Luke.
Hey, my awesome. Close personal friend, James Ellsworth, has said any man with 2 hands stands a fighting chance.
The man who's
no one.
Well, James Ellsworth, the guy. He did have a title for a good while, which was he brought back an intergender title.
Yes, he did. And I've managed James Ellsworth several times. In fact, I managed him against Jerry Lawler.
Who won those matches?
That's not what matters. What matters is that Herb Simmons is pointing out again the unethical, illegal, wrongful champions. I can't even call them champions. They pinned the wrong man.
Still champions. That's what it says in the books.
I mean that's all that matters, right? I mean, obviously it's his champions. Just
just until the Hustlers get their
came
rematch. Just until the Hustlers get their rematch.
You'd think you would have taken them to court already and got it overturned if it was such a illegal maneuver.
What makes you think I'm not in the process of doing that? Unfortunately, when I win at the lower court, they can appeal it to the Court of Appeals. And then when I win there, they can appeal it to the Supreme Court. And unfortunately, that takes time. They're going to deal with other things like election reform and abortion and affirmative action and all these other hot button issues that for some reason they're putting the SICW Tag Team Championship, which should be more important than all of those, at the bottom of the totem pole on the Supreme Court docket. It's not right.
But let's talk about how your Hustlers got those titles in the first place off of Big Texan and Gary Jackson. There's a little funny business there too, right?
No, not at all. We challenged them to a match. They agreed. The Hustlers pinned the correct man in the middle of the ring. 1, 2, 3. The end.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's getting a little warm in here. I don't know. Statue of SICW limitations. There you go. I don't know. Well, I think we have to go back and look at it. I have to find out which week it is with SICW All Star Wrestling where they showed footage. And there's actually footage online too.
You're going to tell me that Tom Hanks actually met JFK? That Tom Hanks actually, was in Vietnam? That Jeff Goldblum actually was chased by a Tyrannosaurus Rex? No, you can film anything. It doesn't mean it happened.
No, 100% happened.
I believe Tom Hanks spent half his life with a volleyball on an island. So sure, why not?
Well, that shows how smart you are.
Look at this. Tape was ruined. Uh-oh. There you go. Now we got more questioning in mind with Lucky P. Larson here. How did the tape get ruined? So
yeah.
I bet some Dogtown people had something to do with that.
Right.
We would never stoop to such lows.
We're in a digital age. What are we doing with tapes anyway? I don't know.
I would hope it's a figure of speech.
Yeah, I would think so. Somebody smashed the hard drive. That's what they did.
What do you mean I did it? I did absolutely nothing.
It's an anonymous tip right there.
Shows you how stupid these fans are.
Well, I mean, the way you talk about the fans of SICW, I mean, you think they're gonna...
They have no teeth. They smell. They don't know what a dentist is. The only way they can show up to these events is by hawking their food stamps. What do you expect?
It shows that they love wrestling. I mean,
I think you see these fans a little differently than I do.
What?
You see these fans a little differently than I do.
Yes, I see them as who they are. You pander to them.
I see them as spending their hard-earned money to come and have us entertain them and cheer us on so we can dig deep, win our matches, and put on a great show.
They don't cheer for me. They want to see me
I
get
wonder
murdered.
why.
I have no idea. I'm a nice guy. Just ask my mom.
Only a mother's love could say you're a nice guy.
On a good day.
You attract more with honey than you do with vinegar.
That's what my grandmother used to say.
Vinegar has something very potent. It's nobody really wants that. Heck, I don't even like using that when I have to clean my microwave. Yes, I said microwave. Yes,
when he doesn't go to the Western Sizzler.
That's right.
Come on.
That's right. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look. I thought I saw another question here in there. Because someone's either making a accusation that Lucky P interfered and pretended to be a referee. No, that's not. No, Lucky did not pretend to be a referee. That's one thing I would say.
I have been a special guest referee a few times, but they've all been in Tennessee.
Well, yeah. So not in SICW. Then
Not yet. Maybe that should be the stipulation for Bobby D's match against Sean Vincent. I'll be the special referee.
Oh, like that's gonna be.
I'll call it right down the middle.
I'm
like my
sure.
good friend Bill Alfonso.
Except for you'll be louder than his whistle too.
Down the middle of what? Because I don't see that happening fairly. I really don't. But
have another beer, Bobby. Fine example you set for American youth.
Let the man drink his beer. It's a Sunday night. It's late. So what? It's
it's American beer, not Canadian.
I prefer Foster's if I'm looking for a foreign beer.
Oh my goodness!
Well, Red Stripe.
I will say I did have Yingling the other day. There's like a Yingling dark lager.
Ugh.
Of all things, yes, I will say this. I found it in a bowling alley. They had a Yingling draft lager, dark lager in the bowling alley. And it was pretty tasty.
I like a dark lager.
Yeah. I saw that. I'm like, oh, no, I want that.
You would. I bet you like Guinness, too.
No,
yes, I do, actually, 100%.
Of course you do. Guinness 100%. Tastes like mud.
Oh, you're so wrong. It's beautiful.
No, I'm never wrong.
Oh, my goodness.
You're wrong about your beard and just wrong about, like, your boys winning the cup
we'll see.
At the Battle Royal.
And when they do, I will come back on the show and you can apologize to me.
You know what? I will gladly do that. 100% gladly do that.
All right.
I'll put that on. You heard it here, Ruby.
Yeah. Put that on your whiteboard, and you can erase it in 3 weeks because it's not going to happen.
Oh, well, we know this.
But put a little post-it on your little screen. Z,
and what do I get? What do I get? What do I get if the Dogtown Underground somehow all slip on a banana peel and flip over the top rope and Boomerang wins? What do I get?
I don't know. You gotta go to Vegas odds for that. If you want Boomerang to win, if you want to get rich quick, then lay your money on Vegas odds on Boomerang. But I doubt if that's going to happen, though.
I'm telling you, he gets thrown out. He will spin around and land right back in the ring.
Yeah, you got one. You got a better shot of winning the Mega Millions than you do with Boomerang winning this Memorial Battle Royal. I mean, I'll say it because I'm the guy in the ring. You know what? I will make a point, Lucky. If I see him in the ring again, I will put weight on his ankles, and then I will throw him out to make sure that he doesn't even fly up into the ring again. And I will personally see to that. That would be one of my targets if he just happens to breeze by me, or if he tries to hit me with one of his mosquito wings or whatever, because the guy don't hit very hard. So,
see, now Herb is afraid that I was going to win, so he just took Boomerang out of the Battle Royal.
Yeah, well, it's okay. There's 29 other targets there. So all I know is that cup sitting behind Bobby D right now
will be in my office in a month.
I say it looks awfully good to I mean, I will not do, I mean, I hopefully no one wants to drink anything out of it. I mean, it needs to be kept clean, kept preserved, but I mean Stanley Cup is something different. I mean, I don't know what.
That will be held by the Boston Bruins in about a month.
Yeah. Well,
hey, as long as it's not the Blues, I'm good with it.
Well, the Blues are not even in the freaking playoffs, and they lose.
I know. Man, that's why I'm still. No, it's still.
That's a way to endear yourself to these fans. Good job.
I'll say it. I'm not a Blues fan ever. We'll never be.
Yeah.
Me neither.
We're in the rebuilding stage. You got to
Blackhawks. I mean, we've been in the rebuilding stage. See how that's working out.
Oh my gosh, you guys are bragging about all these championships, especially when the NHL only had like 6 freaking teams to begin with for a number of years.
No. No. I'm a manager. I'm not a wrestler.
Uh-oh.
I'm a manager. I'm not a wrestler.
Well, you might become one.
Although I did
I
win a
didn't see it.
battle
What did
royal
it
in
look like
Gladeville,
there?
Tennessee, about 5 years ago.
I couldn't see it. What did Herb type there?
He said,
He said
"Lucky
that
P may be in the
Lucky may
battle
be in the
royal."
battle royal.
Oh, please, Herb, make it happen, please. I beg you.
You
I
don't think Herb
got
can
a
make
bad
things
hip. I
happen,
can't
do
go
you?
over the top rope. I'm like the Iron Sheik at WrestleMania 17.
I'll give you assistance over the top.
I'm under contract. Yes, but my contract specifically says I'm a manager and a broadcast journalist.
And there's hey, just ask the honky tonk man. There ain't nothing wrong with putting on a t-shirt, a pair of basketball shorts, and some tennis shoes. You can get in there. It's all right.
I think I have to go.
What? No, it's okay. Well, we're not forcing the hand. We're just saying here, Lucky, that
Do it, Herb.
Don't do it, Herb. You'll lose the best part of your TV show.
oh yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, these fans. We're trying to give the fans something here tonight because it's been about a few weeks since we haven't heard Lucky's voice on SICW All Star Wrestling.
I know the ratings have gone in the toilet. People are sitting there saying, "Bring Lucky back." I hear that half of St. Louis has been shut down by protests on the highways for people holding up signs saying, "We miss Lucky." I mean, this podcast
I think
may
you're
be the
getting a
only
bad
thing that
news
saves
source.
the city.
You
I
gotta
think you're
stop.
getting a bad news source there.
You gotta stop reading the global sign on the newsstands, man. They don't tell the story like you think they do. The Miz is one of the rest. Oh,
He's saying me.
they're saying you.
He always just calls me Zmiz.
Right. Hey, would you Don
Does that
Strike?
mean you go home to Maurice?
I have a beautiful doll upstairs too. So yes.
A doll? Is that what you said?
No, not like that. You dweeb. God, what are
You have a blow up doll?
No, stop it. There is. My kids watch this. Stop it. My wife is a beautiful. No, I said she's a doll, like she's like a beautiful lady. Like, come on, man. Like,
you said I have a doll.
Not like you. You're putting in context. It's not. No. Back it up. Back it up. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I will be in house, so Herb. I'm open to either taking his spot at the announce table or being a ref. Yeah. It could happen
for weddings and bar mitzvahs, by the way.
Oh
my gosh!
Nobody wants you there.
I think Drew would welcome you sitting next to him over Lucky.
I like
would
Drew's
eliminate
work.
any chance he'll ever have of meeting Missy Hyatt.
Oh my gosh! But what I want, but as far as I'm sorry, when it comes to battle royals, there's really no need. Sorry, no offense to you, Lucky, but there's really no need for a manager to be at ringside. For what? Because the top rope with the right, if you're bringing the right, I guess tool, I should say. I don't know. I mean, whether it be a crowbar, whether it be a cane, easily that top rope can be pulled down by somebody. And I've
Not
seen
a bad
it
idea.
done.
I'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, keep that in mind.
Yeah, why would you say something like that? You're in the battle royale.
I've seen it happen. I mean, yeah,
it's not like he didn't know about it already. You don't have to bring it back up to remind him.
Mark that down. Give me a second here.
See, Ruby. God.
Well, I mean, you got to be careful with the low bridge, and not just from the outside. There could be others in the ring too that if they see somebody going toward the ropes and they've got momentum, they can pull down the rope at a certain time and bye-bye. They're going backwards. They're going out. They're not going to stay around.
And there goes Bobby D.
I mean, in that sense, that's where he becomes very crucial at ringside for the likes of his guys, man. Like, it's the point of a manager. So I'll give it to Lucky. Like, I'm not going to be mad at you, Lucky. Like, it's a very cheap way to go. It's not cool, but a W is a W, and that's how you get the win. That's how you get the win.
You can't cheat in a match with no rules.
I mean, it's
yeah,
it's a fine line, but yes.
See, I don't mind the low bridge from inside the ring because you're just outsmarting your opponent, being a little bit quicker on your feet. The low bridge from somebody on the outside that's not even supposed to be in the match, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah, but it's not that hard to outsmart you. You have to have a brain first.
There's
But for wrestling, I just need the muscles.
So one question I just thought of here, and I'm going to ask Lucky: do you have anything in plan for maybe adding to the Dogtown Underground before May 13th? Are you going to try to recruit another one, or are you satisfied with what the 4 you got?
I'm always
Ruby,
open
are you
to
trying to join?
consideration. For all you know, Bobby D and I no. But Rick Ruby, I have managed him before. I'm just going to leave that out there.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I will say that me and Mahler McDarby made a fabulous team for one night. We came away with victory.
Yep, Mahler McDarby, Sean Santel, plus the rest of the Rat Packs out there. Flawless Jake Lawless, Addison Kane. You never know. I manage MJ Davis. I manage Bam Bam Bundy. I manage a lot of people right now. You never know who's going to show up.
Yeah. These are some of the talent that's in Tennessee, by the way, that he's bringing up, because you never know Tennessee's not that far from St. Louis.
Nope.
So
I also have managed Dangerous Doug Gilbert several times, Wildfire Tommy Rich several times. You never know. One quick phone call. As I said, James Ellsworth on speed dial. You never know. I've
that would be
managed
interesting.
Man. I've managed Carlito. I've managed Scott Steiner. I've managed Rhino.
Carlito. That's cool.
Yep, it was.
I have his T-shirt in the other room.
I have
I
it.
held his
WWE
apple
shirt.
throughout the whole match.
I have it upstairs that I caught at an event.
Nice. I bought it at an event.
Zach, how do you preserve something like that, by the way?
It's actually in a Ziploc bag upstairs in my dresser.
And did you freeze it?
No, I just put it away.
Oh my Lord!
I eventually want to get it. I want to get a nice thing for it, but I just haven't bought one.
Shadow box.
Yeah, a nice shadow box. I just haven't. It's just put away, tucked away.
Shadow back for a piece of brown apple, because that thing has
No. I have the shirt. He used to throw his shirt into the crowd.
Oh, his shirt.
Not the apple. What are you talking about?
I thought you said part of his.
I'm a fan of wrestling, but I'm not that big of a fan. There's a crossing point, where I'm not. No.
I got his DNA.
And for what it's worth, if you think any of this is that I say of these people he hasn't really managed them, just go to Lucky P. Larson Esquire on Facebook. You'll see it. Pictures of me with every one of them I've mentioned at ringside, in the ring, whatever.
He did say he doesn't lie, so.
Every one of them is true. I've also managed Missy Hyatt, Lanny Poffo. I've managed more champions than you can shake a stick at.
And the entire name of his Facebook page is Lucky P. Larson Esquire, Manager to the Stars.
Correct.
That's what it is. So,
it is.
I'm like I said, I'm not calling you a liar for that. You've built a resume with some notable talent that's proven themselves and made paths for others here in this business. So you're definitely not a liar there.
Nope. And I heard the Hall of Fame speech for Randy Savage more times before it was given than anybody on this planet, I bet. And I still have it memorized and can give it myself.
Because probably for proofreading and presentation, I'm sure.
Friends, yeah.
Because the man who gave it happened to be a very close personal friend of mine.
Right.
And he managed.
Man, and
I have managed.
What a loss he was, though, for real.
Very much. I don't mind saying I sat at my desk and cried for about an hour.
Yeah. Leaping Lanny, though, I was a fan when I was watching when I was a kid, when I saw Leaping Lanny come into the WWF, I really liked his style then. And then, of course, going into the Genius role. He was
very underrated, very underappreciated. And, when your brother is one of the greatest to ever do it, you're going to necessarily be in his shadow, which is interesting because I happen to be personal friends with two people who are both very underrated wrestlers whose brothers happen to be two of the greatest to ever do it, in Lanny Poffo and Dangerous Doug Gilbert.
Yeah. So I'm going to break the wall here just a bit. You mentioned the word brother. I'm going to go back here to Bobby D, because if people know that around SICW, Bobby D and the Big Texan are actually brother-in-laws. So, so what I want to get from Bobby here is, Bobby, have you ever, in recent, worked on strategy with the Texan on, but because I know the Texan chose his own match, the Texas Death Match, which is going to be, I mean, even though that's pretty much going to be in his repertoire, have you been able to help him train, or maybe even possibly? I mean, he's been around for a long time, but I don't know if you've given him any advice or not for coming up, because, like, I mean, Attila has been on a tear for like the longest time now.
We've done some training. We've done a lot of strategizing. I recommended against a no disqualification match because, as you said, that's Attila's wheelhouse. But I also understand why he wants it. He took Attila's fork at one point and used it back against him and got disqualified. And
He
I know
stuck a fork in the ring himself and got caught.
I know Texan is filled with a lot of rage, and believe me, when that man wants to let his rage out, it hurts. I've gone against Texan myself in a no disqualification match, and he can get pretty damn creative and find a lot of ways to hurt you. I would work with him a little bit more on the wrestling aspect, but as far as getting out there and just impact after impact, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. When this match is over, he's going to have the Afghan flag draped over him, just like everybody else. He's a one-trick pony. Attila's going to work on his arm. He's going to break that thing and beat him in the head with it. And without his lariat, he's going to be lost like a puppy.
You think that lariat can only happen from one arm?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, he'll break both of them.
But I also think Texas is at the point where he doesn't care how bad it's hurt. He's going to throw the lariat no matter what.
He can't throw a lariat if his arm doesn't work.
A lot of rage built up right now. A lot of rage.
Boy, you and him, you're just angry people, aren't you?
You can only take people's crap for so long.
I mean, you walk around with your head shaped like a toilet.
Out of a certain line of aggression too. I mean,
if you walk around with your head shaped like a toilet, people are going to crap on you.
Dang. So Lucky, you're bringing up the lariat and breaking the arm and stuff. So you have some a guy in the group that didn't he get up from the lariat once?
Every one of my guys can get up from the lariat. Every one of them. They have great recruitment powers.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's my training regimen.
Really? So,
yeah, but who's gotten up from Texas's lariat?
That's not the point.
I don't recall anyone getting up from Texan's lariat.
Here's the point we're trying to make here, because it's a Texas death match, and so several months ago there was a 6-man elimination match to where Bobby D was part of.
And lost.
Well, he was eliminated, yes, but it was eliminated match. But Texan went through Devastation Incorporated by himself.
Yeah, because they weren't trying, because there was no title on the line.
Oh my goodness. But
I felt some shots from Devastation Incorporated. They're definitely trying.
But how did every one of those men get eliminated? They got eliminated by the lariat. And that is including...
For once, I'm going to give Herb Simmons credit. He's right. Go listen to Stephen E. explain tonight on SICW TV why Attila's going to run roughshod over the Big Texan.
Yeah, I watched part of that. And I'm still trying to kind comprehend why Stephen E wants to bring Middle Eastern investors into SICW, which,
Because it's money.
oh my gosh. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you here real quick, though. For me,
Hey, that's slander. Herb Simmons, that's slander. Don't make me sue you.
What did he say?
Oh my gosh. It's horrible.
Oh my.
I don't have to put up with this.
I love playing Hangman. Let's fill in the blanks, shall we?
Now, maybe I shouldn't jump to a conclusion. Maybe Herb is saying I'm pretty.
Oh, dear Lord.
Maybe Herb is saying I'm pretty.
That's
or maybe he's saying I'm petty.
You're petty? that could be true.
Yeah, I can see that one.
Maybe I'm pretty petty.
Is that what the P stands for, Lucky P?
No.
Tim Johns was asking, that's why.
If long-term fans of Lucky P. Larson, Esquire, who remember back to the early days of USA Championship Wrestling's involvement with the Legion of Lucky, will know what the P stands for in Lucky P. Larson, Esquire. I'll just leave it at that. You can go back far enough on the page, you'll find it. It's a long story.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah. Well, Lucky P. Larson, Esquire, manager to the Stars. Check it out on Facebook there. One thing I wanted to get back here with Texan here. I've been in the ring with the guy several times, and each time when he's hit that lariat, there's just a force behind that lariat that I think I felt the first time. Of course, I didn't get up and thinking, well, if I get hit again, I could probably, I could probably succumb to the blow, but I can probably kick out. No, I didn't. And the third time it happened, so here's my point. Attila got hit with that lariat and he got pinned. All I'm saying here is if Texan hits that lariat in any point of that match and he goes for a cover, Attila is not kicking out.
Attila didn't try because the title wasn't on the line.
But wait a minute though. He is the SICW Classic Champion. Why would you want to showcase in a match to where you possibly get pinned? If you get
because he was
lead, count it out, I understand.
It's all mind games. It's mind games. He's lulling the big goof into a sense of complacency. So he can think, oh, he can't kick out of my lariat. So he'll use the lariat. Attila will kick out at one. And then the big Texan will have no idea what to do. He'll get all flustered and get off his game plan. Attila will pick him apart.
I thought the guy had a little bit more
I don't see it going down that way.
Yeah.
Well, you're all wrong and I'm right.
Oh my gosh.
Now I've got to go. Now I have to attend my prior obligation. I've given you fine people, and I say that very loosely, nearly 2 hours of my time. My bill is in the mail. Now you can talk about how great I am while I go attend to other matters.
Okay. Just make sure you put the return address to Columbia House so I make sure I pay that right away. Okay.
And return your tape to Blockbuster. Be kind, rewind.
Okay.
Have a good one.
You got to go. I understand, my friend. So I say it in all due respect, but come May 13th, you guys are getting thrown over the top rope. But if it's not going to be, it's definitely going to be Bobby D. It's going to be somebody else. But Dogtown Underground's not coming away with it.
I'll admit this, and this is the last thing I'm going to say. 3 of the 4 members of the Dogtown Underground will go over the top rope. But the last one standing in that ring is not. We will bring that cup home.
Wow.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
That's right.
Well,
Bobby
you
D
have
is
nothing
determined.
to say about it. Go paint your face.
Well, no, I won't be talking in that ring.
Go paint your face.
I won't be talking in that ring. I'll be doing in that ring.
Go paint your face. We'll see you in a few weeks.
All right, Lucky. Thank you. Okay. I guess he got tired of us. So,
That's
I'm
fine.
sorry. Like I said, I mean, there's some great other. Like I said, there's going to be some great action here along. I mean, there's been some announcements of astonishing Austin Molitado versus
That kid's got some talent.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's a great talent going against Superstars Defender. Those guys have met before, and they're going to
That
put
makes
on
me
another
fun.
showcase for certain on that.
As a superstar, again, another great talent. Like, do I always agree with his antics? Not even a little bit, but you cannot deny his ability in that ring.
Nope.
And then this one right here is gonna be this one's good. Benjamin Trust versus Sheik Prater.
Yeah.
That'd be a good one.
That's gonna be a stealer right there.
I'm sorry, but Benjamin Trust has got his hands full with that. She has actually got some agility. And she,
I say for his size, the way that he can move, it always like it's coming, but then when you see it, it's almost like you're a deer in the headlights for a second. Like it just surprises you every time.
Yeah, he's a
It's
quick
like
big
you
boy.
just don't expect it from him.
Quick big boy. And then this is another one Mr. Herb said.
yeah, Niles Planquet versus Silas Mason. That's going to be a barn burner too. And haven't seen Niles Planquet in a while in SICW, so it'll be kind of good to see him again.
Yeah.
But that'll be interesting. That should definitely be a terrific match as well, merging those together.
Of course, this one too that was announced.
That's right. The LA Hustlers and Big Joe Helms versus the Night Train, Gary Jackson, Curtis Wild, and Jason Burrito. So that would be so it's gonna be a great man with six man tag and Top Guns versus Waco and Glenn Williams. Oh my god. About Glenn Williams. That dude, let me tell you, I'm sure you have some I'm sure if you're in an arm reach with Glenn Williams, you're slapping him because that he was pretty much the cause of you losing your Central States title. So
I'm hoping, we've already covered he's not allowed ringside, but I'm hoping he's in the Battle Royal.
oh my gosh. That
I will put my hands on him.
well, yeah, what about Glenn Williams and the intern? Yeah. I mean I guess those guys have got to do something if they're not allowed on ringside for your match, right? The thing is,
and I can't wait to see the Top Guns beat Waco and Glenn Williams too. That will also be great.
Oh, well, Top Guns. Boy, you talk about two guys coming right out of the Ace Academy and just coming at a blaze. I mean, sure, it took them a little bit. It took them about a few matches to kind of get warmed up. Yeah, they didn't get over, but just recently, they have been on a streak, and I'm surprised they're not even talking contention for the SICW tag team titles.
As they pick up more and more wins, I'm sure they're going to be right there in that picture.
Yeah, I mean, not right now, but I mean, down the road. I mean, these guys stay together, they stay focused, of course, right?
And you say they didn't come out the gate, but you got to think SICW has the best talent around. So the fact that, what was it? Brandon probably got done with Attila and then got on a roll right after that. Like, that's pretty dang impressive.
Yeah, it is. And those guys are actually gelling well and working well together. So so definitely because once they're ready for it, I'll probably give them about maybe sometime this summer. We could probably see maybe the Top Guns versus the LA Hustlers or any other team that wants to come in and showcase their talent in SICW and go against the Top Guns. I mean, it could happen. I think that would be a good match in a few months. But I definitely see them going over Waco and Glenn Williams though on May 13th. It's
I don't know. He is Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, right. Yeah, how many more fan letters that are we getting? I sure like to hear some more of those fan letters too. Everything with May 13th coming around is going to be spectacular. And you've got a full day on your plate. I don't know, Zach. I don't know of a guy that's got going into this, I mean, he could come away with a lot, but right now he's got to go in and contest in the battle on 2 big matches
Yeah.
with this, you know?
Last year I decided to focus just on the Battle Royal. Didn't have any other match. I just put all my focus into that. And being the champion, I planned on defending it that night. But, circumstances happened, as we all know. And now I got to go back in there and win my title back and then defend my cup.
It's a tall task because I don't remember. Let's point out this as well. There has not been as many people in a battle royal, especially on this Memorial Battle Royal, than there is for this year. And so the previous years, you probably had about no more than 20. Well, we've got about 30 people in that ring. And the thing is, I don't think that match is going to happen until maybe, I don't know, I want to say maybe. I don't know. The point I'm getting at here is that ring is going to be extra reinforced. And if you're wrestling Sean Vincent before that battle royal, I hope that ring's not going to feel like the way that that ring down at KPLR was back in wrestling at the Chase, because I heard that ring was telling me, you're talking about if a ring's reinforced, that makes it difficult. I mean, if you get slammed, or if you get bumped from a clothesline or whatever the case may be, that canvas is probably going to be feeling a little tight because of all the guys that are going to be in that battle royal later on that night. So,
guess it just means I have to be the one bumping the other guy.
yeah, right? Exactly.
Making sure you have the least amount of fall, right?
Yeah.
It's strategy.
I have faith in you. I have faith in you getting your title back. No offense, Ruby. My money is on Bobby D to win and retain the cup. But if it happened you got out for some reason, Bobby D, Ruby, you're going to have a whole section, Falls Count Everywhere fans there. And hopefully we're going to see a lot of shirts repping that night. And we're going to push you to a victory, my dude.
I hope. And speaking of which, thank you to Bobby D for sporting the shirt tonight. I would have sported something close to it, but I had a long and busy day, and this is pretty much I've been out. I've actually had a very long weekend, and I'm about tired myself. But I definitely do wish you the best for getting that Central States title. Like you said, when it comes to that battle royal, there is prestige to that. And heck, there is certain training that you do for battle royal, especially when it comes to weight training, to positioning. It's kind of hard to watch your 6 with 30 guys in the ring, though, Bobby. So,
But I'm excited for it. Like I said before, there's a lot of guys throwing their names in the hat to get into this one. As you said, we got about 10 more than we've ever had before, and it's going to be fun. It's just going to make it that much bigger when I win it.
Yeah, exactly. So there's going to be there's going to be a big day for you. It's just going to be a big day all in general. So for those who have not gotten your tickets yet, you need to go to SICW.org. You need to get those tickets now. I don't know if there's any more front row or VIP reserved seats toward a ringside left, but since we're getting so close to the event, but you definitely can still go and get tickets. Once again, there are 2 separate events. One for the Fan Fest with the autograph signing, meeting with the stars and legends, and then of course the other event will be for the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame ceremony. Then to follow the wrestling card afterwards. So it's going to be a full wrestling card. It's going to be a full day and night of action. One of the most memorable shows that's going to be in. I mean, as far as with some of the smaller promotions are concerned, it's going to be one of the biggest cards in St. Louis history, the biggest events in St. Louis history. You definitely don't want to miss it. Just be there, because we'll be there. Before we get more to talking about us being there, and Bobby, let's kind of bring up, because you've actually sacrificed your time here tonight, because you usually tape on usually tape on a Sunday night for a podcast you and the Texan are on, and that's the Squared Ring podcast that's on YouTube.
Yep.
So it's some good, interesting shows there. But man,
Yeah, we get a little bit of flexibility since we're not live yet. We normally do our tapings, and then Nasty Nate does all his editing, and then it'll get released on Wednesday or Thursday, somewhere in there, depending on how far the editing goes.
right? Yeah. So yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. But I believe you guys are only on YouTube right now, correct?
For now.
Yeah, for now.
We gotta work out a few of our kinks, and we hope to be like the Falls Count Anywhere, and maybe eventually start going live and bringing more fans on and whatnot.
Oh yeah, I mean you've got a good number of subscribers already. I mean you surpassed us, but it's okay.
I'm one.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
I love you in Big Texas. You guys are great guys. I enjoy you guys when you guys are on here. I've met you guys a couple times now being at SICW shows.
And we'll see you again on May 13th.
Yeah, like it's so.
Because I believe you guys have one of the booths, don't you?
Yep.
yes, we are going to be there all day. So we're going to be right there in the lobby with one of the vendors. There's going to be a couple other podcasts there, I do believe. We're going to have to probably talk with one of those podcasts here because we lost our WrestleMania challenge.
Yeah.
What was that about a few weeks ago? About 4 weeks ago, we did. Yeah, yeah. Oh well.
Alpha.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. It's good though. It's all in bragging rights. So what? We weren't good.
It was a fun night. It was a fun night. It's gonna be a fun day. Legends out the wazoo. Amazing show. Like, dude, I'm so stoked. So stoked. And my 12-year-old's gonna be able to come with me.
Which legend are you most excited about meeting?
Oh.
Man.
So over here, if you cannot see, is something very, very dear to my heart. My favorite title ever created, the $1 million title. Like, Ted DiBiase is number one on my list, but there is one more, and that is because he is my personal favorite Texas, and that is JBL. 100%. Was the greatest heel when we needed a heel so bad in WWE. SmackDown was amazing because of the God.
So JBL, I got to meet him at Cauliflower Alley Club last year, and Jesus, that man is tall. I know he was wearing cowboy boots, which adds height, but holy cow, I could not believe how tall he is.
Oh my God.
And then Ted DiBiase, I've been fortunate enough to meet him a couple times, and he is just genuinely nice. Like, you can meet people, you can tell they're kind of just trying to hurry the conversation along and move on. They don't really want to be there. That's not Ted DiBiase at all. If you're willing to listen, heck, even if you're not willing to listen, he will talk to you all night.
Well,
really love meeting Ted.
My wife and I met Junior at a Royal Rumble when he was doing the DiBiase posse party, and there was a little girl that was ahead of us, and he's like, "There's one more," so we kind of just pushed. Well, she was actually kind of behind us, but we pushed her forward, and then he still let us get an autograph signed and all the picture taken with him. So I can't wait to put that one together. And if I can meet Bob and Orton and Randy at the same time, would be even that's actually the holy grail for me. Herb knows I'm bringing my picture for him to potentially hook a brother up.
And well, man, I don't know. I really just don't know if I can narrow it down to one, because if there's one I would really like to meet, would be Stan Hansen. Honestly, because the guy was just bad. He was tough as nails. One of the guys that just really didn't. He took the skin off Rawhide when when you got in the ring with him, and of course, one of the greatest minds ever in wrestling as a manager, and of course, that is one of our inductees in the St. Louis Wrestling Hall of Fame, and James J. Dillon.
Yes.
That would be definitely a pleasure to meet him. But like I said, there's just so many other people. I mean, gosh, I mean, Victoria seems fun. I've seen her, cutting her promos, and we see it on the SICW All Star Wrestling on
Correct me if
their
I'm wrong. Didn't
you know
Enzo like make mention about potentially trying to get his foot in the ring?
who?
Enzo, when he did his little
Yeah,
promo,
he may be spitting a rhyme or two, but I
that'd be
mean,
interesting. That'd be
uh,
interesting.
that'll be good. Just alone if he just gets on the mic and starts spitting, man.
I say he just has to talk, and the people will go nuts.
Oh yeah.
So let's pit you two against each other real quick. Who's got the better lariat, JB and Henson?
Oh man.
See,
I'd
that's
say
not even
Texan.
fair. Okay, so that's a valuable like addition to that question because Big Texan throws a very very mean lariat and like I like the simple moves usually. So I'm a Dominator fan. Like I still think the Dominator is one of the greatest moves in wrestling, or the Implant Buster. One of those two are my favorite. That's like beautiful moves. But the lariat. So JBL is my Stan Hansen. So like as a kid, and you're not. I'm not mistaken. You're not far off of my age potentially. So I'm 36, growing up in that era of wrestling. But JBL was my Stan Hansen because now that I've gotten older and I love wrestling so much that I've gone back and watched Stan stuff, and it's very like the similarity of those two is so there, and it's just this great like respect kind of thing that JBL did. But yeah, Stan Hansen, if I was like grew up in that era, that would have been my old boy. Like that was a good clothesline, but the clothesline from hell is just.
Well, yeah. I mean, granted, JBL has a really good. I mean, trust me, he don't take no crap from nobody either. But you even seen the damage what Stan Hansen can do in the ring, Z. When it comes to, I mean, he even swelled up Vader's eye within the first.
I just watched that match.
Yeah.
I just watched that match the other day. Like, dude, and Vader was one of my favorites too as a kid. Like, I loved Vader. It helped. It very helped that he was on Boy Meets World.
I was just thinking that.
Not gonna lie, but no, like I loved. Vader is one of the few wrestlers. Like when I first got really big into going back and looking at wrestlers, when I went back and watched his matches with Sting, because I'm a Sting guy, like you are, if not mistaken, you're a Sting guy, right? So I went back and watched Sting stuff, and that's where I got the love for like Mick Foley and stuff, and those matches that he had. Everybody goes to Rick or Steamboat for Sting's matches usually, and that's where those were the great ones. But those were beautiful. The things that he did with Vader and the things that he did with Mick Foley were like some of the best stuff, in my opinion, in his career. So like, I was a big fan of Vader.
Yeah. I love Stan. I mean, when he got his chance coming up into NWA, going to WCW, getting that short little feud with Luger, taking the U.S. title for a short bit. And of course, I was at Starrcade 90, which was my first pay-per-view in person at the old Kiel. I mean, gosh, the mystique of Kiel Auditorium is just nothing can take away from that. I mean, you can just feel the history in that building, even in my young age when I was there. But when I saw that, I think it was what was it was it was a four corners match. I guess it was just a bull rope match. I'm thinking, or a strap match or whatever. But him and Luger, though, I mean, he was just wailing on Luger, boy. I mean, the way he just throws things. I mean, Stan is just really, really tough. And yet, if we caught Stan and JBL in their prime, I don't know. Something tells me that Stan would somehow just barely get over JBL. So,
who was it that JB had that like amazing bull rope match with in WWE? God, I can't remember right now. The four corner match. That's one of my favorite matches. Actually, is a bull rope match. Is a four corners.
Didn't he have one with Eddie?
I think it's Eddie. That's who
Yeah,
I
it
want to
was,
think
it
it
was
was.
Great
That,
American Bash 2004 when he had that.
oh, the bloodbath that match, like that match was, it told such a beautiful story. that was the, oh my god, when Eddie and JBL were two of my all-time favorites. Like those two told an amazing story that would fit in any era, and I loved it, and I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. So my wife's a big not a fan of JBL and always called him Diaper Boy. But big fan of his. Love JBL. I loved APA too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, that's well, man, catching those guys in their prime, that definitely been something to see.
I wouldn't mind to see those two, go lariat for lariat.
Yeah,
Think about that match. That match would have been fun.
well, that definitely would be fun. Definitely would be fun. I know that also, like I said, we mentioned that we will be there. There's going to be there's going to be a lot of other vendors. Make sure you're there. Once again, SICW.org is where you want to go to get your tickets. And once again, there's a price for each event, but there's a package deal where you can save $15 if you buy both at the same time. So make sure. So $42 for an all-day event of meeting all these legends and then coming in to see in that ceremony and then watching the show and even seeing possibly when Z just put up here that maybe Enzo may be in
Yep.
action. He definitely will. He definitely wants to get on that mic, though. I'll tell you that.
He's not soft.
Yeah, right.
Can you spell it though?
I can't remember how he does it now. SAWAFT soft. There it is.
Right. SAWFT. I love it.
And you can't.
My kids ran around and said his intro to hit all of his speeches for the longest time.
Dude, it was one of the. In all real talk, like them being on the main stage and stuff, it was one of the dumbest moves to break up him and Cass. Like they were so good as a tag team. They could have been. I mean, although in AEW he's one of my favorite things right there right now is
W Morrissey. Is it?
No, it's not W. No, it's. God dang it! What do they call it? It's Big something now. Like they've kind of changed his name, Big Bob or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea.
But I dig his character right now. Like I really do dig him, and so like all to the best. Want to see the best, but like him and Enzo were just so good together.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, but let's let's not forget how Enzo was. I mean, he carried the that cruiserweight title pretty well when 205 was still a good thing to have before WWE decided to scrap and crap all over it, like they do about half the good stuff that comes through.
Wait, you said WWE?
Yeah,
it got a proper send off.
205 Live, remember?
Oh no, not 205 Live. 205 Live, like that. I watched that show religiously because like Enzo did great. Pac was awesome down there. And then when Buddy Murphy became, TJ of course. But when Buddy Murphy became the Juggernaut, like, dude, those guys were killing it. And then there's so many new guys coming up. Like, well, he's not a kid, but what's his name? Axiom down in NXT. Like those guys are coming up now. Like there would have been an amazing cruiserweight division if like things could have just been in the right hands. And it's disappointing. And now we got the LWO back, which is my favorite.
Yeah. Also, make sure you watch SmackDown this coming Friday night. You're going to see commercials on the on this big fan fest and everything coming up on May 13th.
Nice.
So there will be some commercial spots in between. So make sure you're watching and
Nice.
you catch those commercials on Friday night. Like I said, we will be.
Well, you also want to watch her because I'm actually excited to see what the shakeup is going to be.
Oh right, yeah. Well, with the draft coming, so we'll definitely be tuning in because all the dirt cheaters want to throw out their predictions and That you got to get. That's what the job is to do, is to keep everybody talking. So
I really hope some of the dirt sheets are like really wrong.
right.
Like, don't break up the Street Profits. Like, come on, Montez is not that good.
I can tell you they had me talking earlier, my son, about Gable Stevenson that was just drafted.
Oh,
What?
Gable Stevenson?
Yeah.
Didn't he get drafted to Raw?
Last year he did, or whatever. The last time they did it, they
My
did it,
son
and they
was
never.
just looking at. I haven't caught Raw in a little while. My son was just looking at it like it just happened.
No, the draft starts this coming Thursday. This
coming Friday.
Yeah, this Friday, and then goes into Monday. But yeah, they haven't done anything with him as of yet. Like, I don't know how much longer this guy has. Like, we got to see some results.
Right.
Exactly. Or what's he doing there? Like, Logan Paul's done more.
Right. Wow. That's
incredible.
incredible.
I think WWE's been very good here lately and very enjoyable and fun. I mean, I didn't know we were going to talk the big leagues with you right now, but like, I'm totally down with it because I like talking wrestling. So, yeah. But I think WWE's been running great. I love the Brock stuff. I love the stuff going on with Cody. I love what Roman and them are doing. Jey Uso still should be the one to take the title off of Roman. I don't care what anyone says. No one's going to change my mind. That's how I view it. It's the first time in my life again that I remember being such a fan of wrestling. Like, I feel like I'm that kid back in the day watching wrestling, watching Monday Night Nitro because that's where watching ECW because I was that extreme kid in my teenager years and stuff, and getting the DVD. I mean, well, VHSs. Like, I feel like that again, and I get to share that with my kids, and that's the greatest thing in the world. And then I get to be a part of it, and never thought I'd get to be a part of it because all I did was talk crap on wrestling on We Talk Wrestling, where you and Texan post your podcast too, which is great because I wanted just to have a firm of love about what we enjoy, professional wrestling. And the only thing is AEW. I don't know if you watch them at all or no.
I can't. I've tried. I can't get into them.
Neither can I. Well, I watched for certain guys. But, oh, my God, this week they opened with Darby Allin and Jungle Boy, and, oh, my God, it was a snooze fest. Like, get off the screen, stop talking, get mouthpieces, learn to talk, because, dear Lord, it was atrocious. And I've never been happier to see MJF cuss. Sammy Guevara, though, he's getting there on the stick, and I appreciate that, even though he's a tool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, part of what you said with watching with your kids and stuff, like that's what got me back into SmackDown. Is I watch it with my 8-year-old every Friday night.
Right? Yeah, it's beautiful. My kids are always my youngest son. He's 4, and he's like, I'm not watching wrestling unless Ricochet's there, because he's a huge Ricochet fan. He's a big Braun Strowman fan, but like, it just cracks me up. Oh, actually, he's really sad that Big E's still not there. He was asking me about him the other day because he has his action figure, and he's used to sleep with it all the time. But my son will have them all out, and my oldest is coming with me, mainly because I gave him my Earthquake and Tugboat. So he's become a huge fan of Tugboat, gone back on YouTube and stuff and watched, and like that's the great thing about wrestling right now. Our kids are going to be so indoctrinated in like the history of it because of our stupid love for it that they're just going to have all this knowledge. But he goes back and watches all that stuff, and like he wants to take his Tugboat that he's colored on, destroyed, and get it signed because he wants to be Tugboat. And that makes me excited, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's we got like I said, there's gonna be a lot of activities going on with May 13th, especially with that. Hopefully we're gonna have some treats. I mean, we're definitely want some fan participation here throughout our entire booth, trying to promote the everybody's trying to promote what they have, especially us here. And we'll be there with a PA system. Hopefully we'll be getting some of our legends and stars to stop by and maybe say hi to the fans, kind of say a few words, kind of kind of way to get him to kind of speak with us here. So hopefully we're going to get that lined up, and yeah, that'd be awesome if we get a chance to meet every one of these guys that comes by, and we'll probably be streaming a good part of the day. That's our plan here. So we let people know, but you tune into our show on Saturday, May 13th during the day on the Fan Fest. We're going to keep it just on our booth though. But, anybody that comes by, we'll say hi. Maybe fans come by, we'll see you and get you on camera, and who knows? I mean, we definitely got some good things lined up.
Sweet,
but
I'm stopping by.
yeah, that's right.
We'll gladly have you because hey, it's no secret that Zmiz is a big action figure fan. So I'm pretty sure you have something that I might be looking for, and that is a SICW. Is that not thing yet, or is it still in pre-order stuff?
It's a one of a kind.
Oh, what? No, Herb, we got to talk. We got to get this working. We got to get them done. I want figures. I need Bobby D. I need Tex. I keep seeing these figures get posted by you guys, and I'm like, son of a gun, I want that.
You better be ready to forfeit a paycheck. That's what I'm saying.
Man, I know, but like we need to. Damn it.
I say maybe I'm a little conceited because it's mine, but man, I love the look of the action figure. Me, those colors pop so great on it.
Such a beautiful thing.
It looks awesome.
That needs to be a thing. I want to see that. It's like CM Punk in his ice cream bars. I want wrestling figures of SICW.
Oh my. And also, hey, check out BobbyDWrestling.com, especially when you get the newest merch with the shirt he's got, and there's other things, and if you want to go buy a mouse pad or
Wait, you got a Bobby D mouse pad? You know what?
I'm guessing I know there's towels. I don't know.
Yeah, towels, blankets, all kinds of good stuff.
Yeah.
And I'll have shirts at the show.
Yep.
I might have to get another one to add to the collection.
That's right. I guess we got a little bit more to talk about here, but before we do that here, I do want to thank Bobby D for joining us here tonight. Like I said, defending champion for the Bruiser Brody Memorial Cup, looking to make history to be in the first one to defend the cup and have it for his second year. So, but yeah, but no, man, and sorry that Sean didn't get on here. I'm sure Sean's gonna probably want to try to get on here on a night, on a different night, and kind of
night that I'm not on.
Yeah, so spit his 2 cents. He's probably
Door's
not really
always
too
open,
happy.
buddy.
Yeah, he's probably not too happy about.
I'll be commenting. Don't you put some of the comments on there? I'll have something to say to him.
There you go. That's fine. So, so we'll be looking forward to if he does show up, we'll be looking to see a little banter here, kind of like the way Herb was trying to put Lucky in his place tonight. Tonight. I've never seen censored words come out of Herb before. That's a first here on the
He was being ornery today. He was.
Lucky has a way of pushing your buttons and like right over that edge.
Wow. But man, 20 days away it's going to be very, 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 very fast getting here.
Oh yeah.
So
it's going to feel like 3.
Oh, right, exactly. And hey, and please don't forget about your mothers on the following day, please. That's Mother's Day. Yeah, have your fun on Saturday, and then make sure you're taking care of all the mothers on Sunday. So please do that. But Bobby, it was good to see you once again. Come on to the show. We appreciate your time. Like you said, get on the inside on that battle royal. Like I said, 30 guys is going to be quite a bit, and just looking forward to a great night. It's going to be a full day and night, and we just got we'll definitely get through it. And it's going to be a lot of excitement. We're going to be exhausted by the time it's done. So there you go.
It was a pleasure being on. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Bobby.
Thank you.
All right. So let's kind of we're going to shift gears a little bit here because we're talking about all of this here. And we lightly mentioned this, but hey, what about this upcoming, brother? How excited are you for this?
Oh
Friday?
yeah, I'm pretty pumped for that.
Yeah,
Pretty pumped. It's gonna be interesting.
it is going to be interesting. So once again, it's going to be part of the Ozarks Wrestling League presenting, or has got a few booths here at the OzCon Gaming Convention. Once again, that's in West Plains, Missouri. That's kind of in the southwest part of the state. We're gonna have a nice little road travel ourselves. So it's
Yep, I'm going down to stay at Alan's house the night before, so I can get up early to be at your house.
right, right, exactly. And I'm trying to figure some things out here. In fact, I actually saw Alan today at the event that I was at.
Did
So
you?
yeah.
I bet he was happy to be.
Oh yeah, happy as a clam, I'm sure. You know, it's like he was trying to get in his zero gravity chair to sleep, and well, let's just say Mother Nature wouldn't let him sleep with pop up candy bees that he had. So
That's
and then
great.
and then someone of a small stature shouting his name like, "Is everything's blowing away?"
You gotta love Tina. You gotta love Tina. They just saved me a bunch of money. Helped me get a golf set for my son. Like I paid him back, but like it was on clearance where they were. So
Oh,
they
gotcha.
hooked me up because Chase is gonna be doing some golf
Nice.
for school, I think.
Dude, I wish I had that. I wish I had that chance in school, but of course, they didn't have a lot of things for me because I was left-handed. I was left-handed,
Oh, you're one of
and
those people.
yeah, I know it kind of sucks. When you're left-handed, you never get to learn things right. So
You know, Ruby, I really can't wait for the con to see how like nerdy you really are.
I will say this, and I think it's probably given that you probably know this too. I'm not as nerdy as some
Mm,
of the others that are around here,
mm.
But
Okay, maybe not, but like you're still nerdy.
I'm gonna
You're
be
gonna
a
see that
nerd.
first Trekkie, and you're gonna be like, "Hey guys."
Don't do it, all right? It would be a bad move.
No, it's not gonna happen, man. I'm sorry.
Uh,
So there's only one V I care about, so
dude,
and only one certain one.
no. He didn't. He went there. He went there, guys.
I was talking about victory. I
Oh,
only care about victory.
that's right. That's right. That's right.
Victory at the Bruiser Brody Memorial Larry Matysik Tony Costa Memorial Battle Royal. That's
You know
what I
what?
care
If,
about.
if you don't win, I'm going to be disappointed in you. But if not, Bobby D's going to have my back.
Yeah, well, I don't know what Vegas odds are or what DraftKings odds are. If you lay money down on me, well, it's like throwing down on 00 on the roulette table. So,
I mean, you can do it.
well, I am still, but I'm still left-handed. I ride left-handed. I smashed my hand left-handed.
Oh,
So,
stop.
no, actually, no, I did that with
Your
the
finger's
right
still
hand.
there.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
That's
no,
just gonna hurt.
this is going to be fun. I can't wait. I can't wait to see the cosplay stuff. I'm a nerd. I'm through and through like a nerd. I mean, look, Decepticons. Look, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll talk a little bit probably about that in the green room, but man, I'm excited. I'm stoked. We don't even know who our guest is going to be next week. We're going to have a full weekend, man. Holy crap!
Yeah.
We're going to
Just
have a
coming off
show.
of a
We've been
full weekend. We both had a full weekend. I had a show yesterday. You had a show, and then you had the thing today for the blessing of the bikes. Hopefully that went amazing, and you guys had a good time. But
let's just say the the wife has alabaster skin, even on when the sun's out in 50-degree weather, and still
oh, she read.
she's yeah
I
yeah.
I have those white people problems too. I really do. I cannot like, dude. I go burn.
Right.
Poof. Into a little fireball. Red as a lobster. Burnt as a crisp.
Well, I did have a hat on, so I got to protect the head. Make sure that I'm at crisping myself in any way.
I
If anything else, I'll have a redneck, but
yeah.
no.
My dad tans, my sister tans, my mom burns, I burn.
No, you crisp. That's what you do.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I do. I mean, I've had some gnarly sunburns and now I just don't like to go outside as much. I mean, I love the outdoors,
All right.
but I'm that guy like sunscreen, sunscreen, sunscreen. Yes.
Based it.
So,
Oh my. Yeah, you got to in these days because.
How was the wind though?
Well, that's the thing, the wind. Well, I was up against the building, that because I had to be up front for playing of the music, and they had to have presentations where a PA was needed, so I had equipment out there, and I had to be close to a power source. The other vendors, though, they had to be out toward the parking lot, a little bit more out, and
It's where
well,
Tina
that's
belongs in
where
the parking lot.
Mr. Allen had got woken up from his zero gravity nap when the canopy was blowing backwards over him. And
Oh my God, Alan! Tina's gonna kick my butt. She hears that.
Oh my gosh! So
Good people, love them.
Yeah. So they brought out all the guns, and
So did you guys have a good turnout and stuff?
yeah, it was a decent turnout. Good way to raise funds and awareness to make sure you're always watch for motorcycles. I'm a member of the like I said, my wife is a secretary for one of the locals, and I'm a member of the local, and the kids actually part of the local too.
Oh, nice.
Got her own got more patches put on their black jean vest that she's got, and pretty cool stuff. So it was a good day overall, but
We have a group up here that do a lot of stuff. I can't remember the chapter's name for some reason. Like I can't remember. It's something Dread Knights, if not mistaken, is the chapter's name. But they're a bunch of nerds that get together. So they're like geeky wrestling nerds and stuff. And yeah, it's a good group of people. I'm glad you guys had fun with blessing the bikes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And but we're gonna have a lot of fun at OzCon. I'm pretty sure. It's gonna be fun trying to get that all set up. We've got like
I can't wait to see what the road trip has to entail.
Right, exactly, and and also yeah, like I said, it's just gonna be us. GQ is actually gonna be kind of up on the shelf a little bit more
Napping.
Here in a few weeks.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how. We're hoping he's going to join us at the FanFest, where there's a vendor that he is he actually knows somebody that we're actually going to be placed next to, so he'll at least be next to us. He plans on being there, and I'm like, well, you better come on and kind of help us out a little bit, some. You've
yeah, right.
And so hopefully he'll be there helping us out. So
I'm excited.
Where once we get through Mother's Day weekend, we can finally take a sigh of relief for a short while.
And on to the next adventure.
Where we're gonna have guests lined up. I mean, our guests are coming out of the woodwork. So hopefully, we get some guests on here, and going back to the different territories or different sections, or different regions of the country. We've got people that are interested that once again out of Florida, out of okay, good, thank you. And then
that's some lie. That's some
yeah. And so yeah, back up in the Northeast, back in Florida, probably some down south around the Texas area. We're getting around to different areas, man. So
I'm excited to be with GQ too on that day. It'll be fun. Make fun of him all the time.
Right,
do it in person.
Right. Exactly. So we got quite a bit that we're excited about, the things that are coming up and things that are going to be happening. And I'm just trying to get it up all lined up together. Yeah, the road trip's going to be fun. Getting there, getting back. All there. There's gonna be stars from New Breed there. Stars from probably some of the stars that have signed on with the Heart of the Ozarks Wrestling League. They want to kind of get their name out there. That's who knows? Maybe it's in the Southwest area. Maybe one of the Iceman may show up. That'd be pretty cool, huh?
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I know Slammer will be there. So
Oh, Slammer is going to be there?
Slammer, I believe Slammer is confirmed to be there. So
That's cool. I like the Iceman, though. That's my dude. I like the Iceman.
yeah,
Good guy.
He's a pretty cool cat. Slammer has a lot of collection of his stuff too. And of course, I think you were on that show too.
Yeah. He's a huge figure collector, but it's like it's Hogan. I mean, he had other stuff too. I'm just teasing.
Yeah. But man, we've had quite an eventful show. We're gonna take it off here to the side for a bit, but we're gonna sign off here from the mainstream. We thank you everybody for joining us here tonight, here for episode number 98 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We have Bobby D joining us, Lucky P. Larson, Esquire, Manager to the Stars, joining us here. And then, like I said, we've got a couple weeks away before we get in. So for show 100, which is scheduled to be the final debate showdown between the Big Texan and Attila Khan. And I just confirmed those appearances yesterday. So they will be here for episode 100 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. So, all right. So I'm going to go ahead. We're signing off. Everybody take care. Have a great week.
Later, guys.
We'll come back and let you know how ViceCon was. But for the Gem City Mouse Zmiz, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby. We'll see you next weekend. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Outside the Ring STL, the Searcher and Hide podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.